Recording in progress.
Hello, recording people.
My hair isn't down.
Oh my.
Leave meeting.
Fine.
Too sexy.
Not because you're recording, but because Tiffany's hair wasn't down.
Oh yeah.
Dun.
Yeah.
Now it is.
My hair needs to be down because it's not dry yet. Because I washed my hair today. Oh, wait, you all have short hair now.
Yesterday.
I dried mine and straightened it yesterday because I was curious what it looked like.
Understood. I am to grow out my hair.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I don't really want to do that. My hair looks terrible grown up.
Rob looks like Aragorn now, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna dress him up.
Nice. Whoa.
Every time I try to grow out my hair, it gets to about here.
Like for a con or like oh, fuck off.
Every time I try to grow out my hair, it gets to about here. And I'm either going to shave it off myself or somebody can do it for me. But this will not stand. And
I think the last time
it's short, and I'm like, why do I grow it out long? I love it short.
Like the last time I grew my hair out, I was in college, and it was sort of like down here, and I'm like, this looks really bad. Like there's no goodness at all in whatever that was going on, because it's like long and straight and like very like fine hair, and I'm like, there's nothing you can do with that shit. That's why it's all spiky.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and mine's like starting to thin and all that, so like look at all that scalp. Oh shit, this is being recorded. I know the editor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna go. Johnny's gonna be like, and look at my and it comes back and you got the hat on again.
Look at this, and then it's just like tracked onto my head, like,
or it's just a black blur that you've like rotoscoped onto the thing.
It's just Johnny Bravo's hair.
Amazing.
Play some D&D.
Yeah.
We have a mom to rescue, I guess.
Eliza got visited by a moon goddess?
I don't know.
She's not a moon goddess. She's a nature goddess, I think. I'm not sure.
The moon connected it to you. None of us know about it.
Everything is connected.
I told Willow. Willow hasn't really asked me about it. And then when we were out there, I found her in the descriptions, that's right, and told Kismet, oh yeah, I've seen her before.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, you told me that, and then you immediately passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
To be fair, Eliza said a lot of things over the years.
This is true.
Just kept dropping things on people as she fell asleep or left.
Yeah.
What's Eliza?
That's pretty much what I said.
Good night.
Because it's just a factual piece of information that I'm passing on. Do you need context?
It might be nice, yeah.
Every once in a while.
Okay.
Be helpful.
No, she visits me sometimes when I'm dreaming.
Heard every once in a while be helpful. I think there was a word in there that got cut out by Zoom.
Probably.
Oh, did it?
I think so. And like in context, my brain figured it out, but my ears only heard basically, Eliza, every once in a while, be helpful.
No, that's what I heard.
It's a harsh room.
No.
It's a rough room.
No.
Every once in a while, it would be helpful.
To have context.
Oh, God. But yeah, so we rescued Jasper from the trunk.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's just so...
He seemed to come together towards the end and kind of listen to us.
Well, we didn't give him a choice.
It's true.
Thanks.
He was also hitting his own personal rock bottom.
That's true.
I feel like he'd be pretty agreeable to most things at that point.
But yeah, he took us to the gate. And we got through the portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was that broken guardian guy.
Yeah, he would have been at least 15 feet tall, by the way.
All right, so like little less than half my or twice my height. So scary.
Must be nice to be tall.
Arrogance tall.
It is like almost 3 times my height.
Right. Before we jump in too far, I need something to drink.
Do it.
I will also be grabbing something. I'll be.
Anyway. Okay.
You get those back scritches, Ben. Get them.
Yeah. Roll initiative. Fight the itch. Let's see if I can.
Oh, so let me ask you guys an Aldgate question. John and I were discussing the religion of Aldgate. And like in most fantasy worlds, there's like, you either have like, this country believes in this religion and this country believes in that religion. But Aldgate is sort of a pantheon thing. And while up until like recent times, it was pretty much a one church situation. Like,
we're talking about Aldgate, or are we talking about High Keep?
Aldgate.
Okay.
It was a pantheistic religion, and it was a single church for various reasons that you don't know about. But then we decided that like recently, the last 100 years, there was a schism, and the High Keep church sort of broke away. And we were trying to think of reasons, and they're still worshiping the same gods. It's just that it's kind of like the Anglicans and the Catholics, where they're like, yeah, same religion, but we're not listening to that Pope guy anymore. Also, you wouldn't let us get divorces. But I'm sorry, that's Anglican.
So I would, if you're saying you're looking for a reason for the schism.
Well, we came up with one, but we're back and forth on it. Like one thing we thought of is that maybe they really objected to the creation of the Draken. High Keep did. And they're like, that was a step too far.
Sure.
But John was also like, it's kind of weird because Imperia is like very traditional and High Keep is about like what they would call the godless pursuit of progress. So why would High Keep care? I'm asking them the schism question, John.
Yeah. And then you wrote me stuff back, and I got distracted and was like, "Let me think about it."
Yeah, my hair does not look good in real life, but the way that it's making it red and the way it's falling is giving me very much like 90s model hair. And I am appreciating the way it looks on camera.
Very Aniston.
Mm-hmm. It's very like black cherry colored.
Your hair reminds me of Chelsea's hair a little bit.
A little bit. Hers is definitely more red.
Maybe it's a little less like that and a little bit more like the difference between modern Judaism and Hasidic Judaism.
Yeah.
Orthodox.
I was gonna, you could definitely go the more Orthodox route versus progressive route, kind of like Protestant versus Catholics kind of thing.
Yeah,
but I wonder,
like that.
Well, the question was like whether or not if a priest from Imperia came over to like let's say an Empyrean bishop came over to High Keep, would that guy have any kind of standing? I mean, probably not, but we're trying to figure out why.
So
if it's the same.
I would say if you want to keep the pantheon idea between like they share the same pantheon, that's already said. Right. So I just wonder what if you dropped one of the gods from the pantheon? And
there's
that
reasons why we can't. Because it falls into the whole. Lots of other things would then kind of unravel if you started doing that.
No. I don't think that you have to disbelieve.
Though.
Yeah, I don't think you have to like necessarily disbelieve that they exist, but I would say that maybe their standing changes.
Yeah, that would still unravel a whole bunch of things. All right, so backstory. The gods aren't in Aldgate. They are protecting the world from the things in the void, all the demons and crazy elder things. The whole purpose of the world is to create worshipers who generate faith that power the gods. And the church that's left on Aldgate under the guidance of the person who runs the church is there to generate that faith. And there's been times in the past that John and I figured out where faith got a little weak. And so that guy nuked everything and started over. And basically that's why there's one church, because this guy
person that is
ish. I mean, there is a figurehead. Yeah. It's just a little bit less figureheady than you might hope it was. I mean, I don't think there's a point that we can tell them, John. It's not like it's a secret.
Yeah.
So Solidio is the only god left on Aldgate. He stayed behind to keep the faith part going. That's his job. And
protect from incursions from this side of the divine gate, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Well, he's not doing a great job.
Well, he's asleep at the moment, and that's a whole other issue.
Okay.
When the Diomedians were big, they got so scientific-y and magic-y that they sort of went, gods, we don't really need them. And so Solidio nuked them all. That's why they went away, because he destroyed all of them.
And knocked everybody back to the Stone Age. Oh, there are these tentacled creatures that can help me and give me more power. I think I'll make some alliances with them.
Yeah.
Good, bad.
Yeah, some bad decisions were made. And so then by knocking them back to the Stone Age, he started over and sent out his elven clerics who went off and went, hey, everybody, I know that you're all scrabbling for food and cave type people and Stone Age type people, but let me show you how to do farming. Oh, by the way, we should worship these gods over here. So, and that's happened a couple times.
Sure.
Which is why the world looks like it's covered with craters.
I don't think you need to do. I think that my idea still works in the sense where it's you say that you have someone who makes a choice, and you have one person who thinks that they made a bad choice and the other person who thinks they made a good choice. If you're two perspectives of one person making a choice, so you have the Imperia side who thinks that perhaps that this specific god made a good choice, and they still not to say that faith is shaky with high keep, but more of high keep doesn't necessarily believe that this particular god has the best intentions in mind for all of Aldgate, whereas Imperia still has faith that all ends justify the means kind of thing.
I still also like LJ's idea of the division between the types or denominations. Yeah. So in Christianity, there's a huge divide between those that believe that when you take communion, it's the literal body and blood of God, and those who do not believe it's the literal body and blood. Mm-hmm. There's the difference between the sacraments. Yeah. They both take the same sacrament, but there is war over what the sacrament means.
Well, right, that stuff is there. Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly since Solidio is asleep currently.
Right, no one knows that.
Right, yeah. But therefore, even though nobody knows it, that is not an active factor in what is shaping what is going on in the world right now.
Well, I should say also that most people believe that, oh yes, Solidio's with us is more of a euphemism. They don't believe he's sitting in that chair.
And therefore, out of that sentiment, especially so far from the seat of Solidio up in Imperia, there could be possibly a prophet type person that rose through the church in High Keep and has some radical thoughts about interpretations of worship and what that means, and that allows High Keep to do certain things that they already wanted to do politically, and gave them cover and a person.
I see that.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
This is in our best interest. The interpretations have been misguided, and this is the true way.
So no, I think that fits really well with what we were talking about doing. That there was some person that the King of High Keep went, we're going to go with this guy, and that's what sort of did the breakaway. I guess what I was wondering is the minutia of the faith the difference of minutia, is that a big enough of a? Yeah, in history it definitely was, but in a fantasy setting,
yes, is my answer.
Right. I mean, it's the difference of somebody nailing a piece of parchment to a door, and that was a whole other religion. But like, is it? I mean, is the minutia enough of a thing versus like an event that split them apart?
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what LJ is kind of describing is a bit more of like differences between like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, whereas versus like Orthodox versus Catholicism versus Protestantism.
We all believe that peach is actually the heel of God.
Terms. You know what I mean? Like the rise of Mormonism. Like a prophet, someone who is charismatic, something that takes root in a people because of circumstances. And it can be something that grows to be bigger than that is currently. You know what I mean? Like some of those other, facets of the same coin in terms of like ideology.
I mean, it might even float between those two ideas because, like, I don't like with you could talk to some Christians and they don't believe that people who worship Islam worship the same God, as they do.
Well, they all understand that it comes from the same Abrahamic faith.
Rational Christians, yes. But I said some Christians. I mean,
yeah.
Some Christians also don't believe that Jews worship the same God, and it's like same book. But fine.
Literally.
Same chapter.
Just flip back and you'll
sometimes
see.
Even the same chapters.
Right. So it's like, yes. So yeah. I mean,
I feel like if there's some sort of like figurehead that
I like the figurehead idea
to power, because they did have like interesting or good ideas and like really kind of created this, maybe sort of progressive movement in the church, and maybe that was sort of not getting good messages from the rest of the church. But it was being really well received by the populace of Highkeep and the government of Highkeep. So much so that like maybe the thing that happens is something that the Highkeep government wanted to do that wouldn't have been cool with the rest of,
I like putting the onus on Highkeep as opposed to before, John, we were talking about it was something that Imperia did that Highkeep broke away, but if it's the other way around, Highkeep does something and Imperia is like, whoa!
But like, if you grew up with Highkeep, the narrative is that they were
worship that prophet?
Keeping Highkeep from achieving greatness in some way, or like trying to steal Highkeep's riches or, ideas or whatever for their own.
That's right. The church has been tithing Highkeep for forever, and
for the good of Highkeep.
Well, the government certainly has a definite reason to support it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something that they wanted to do already, like possibly they already wanted to shove off the yoke of that particular branch of religion, and if they can harness their own branch of religion because they couldn't break away entirely because the people wouldn't come with them, then
because I mean, if the Highkeep king is sitting there going, wow, these Imperium bishops they keep sending over have far too much power and
keep taking all of our money,
and they keep those ties, like, hey, we got our own bishop, we can get a cut of that.
I'm a rich port area, and I'm the center of trade, and I have all of this power and all of these people, and why do I have to keep sending everything away?
I like that.
And a bunch of the like-minded nobles of the court who are willing to back that decision if they can get the layman people behind them.
Well, especially because
here's this prophet who has radical ideals that fits right into what they already want to do.
Well, especially because we were talking about setting it during the Orc Wars anyway, and they'd be hard pressed for cash, and they're like, we got involved in Imperia's freaking war here, and they're still taking our money? Bullshit.
And brand it as we need to protect our own because they won't.
Yeah,
they're leaving.
The only reason they get away with
it, their war and still taking taxes from us.
I mean, behind the scenes, the only reason they get away with it,
Highkeep too. So there was fighting on Highkeep soil, but it wasn't anything near what it was in Imperia.
No. I mean, and
also at the formation of Highkeep, because at first it was like basically this one spot And then he sent out his generals to take over from like the local tribes people. And then they all kind of like set up their own kingdoms and started fighting amongst each other. And then the history that I've been writing, just kind of outlining so far, has somebody came along and like, I don't remember exactly how it happens, but basically unites everybody and it turns into what is now High Keep. And what if that person was a prophet?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the prophet is the descendant of that person, because that happened more recently with the Orc Wars thing. But I like the connection.
Forget the Orc Wars. What if they've been splintered for, I don't know.
Yeah, the downside of that, John, is that Solidio, when he was awake, if they did that, he would have taken steps.
Which is
and that would have
why
been
I'm thinking, well, maybe he would have, because they're still worshiping the same gods. They're just doing it in a different way.
I think that as far as when it happens, kind of depends upon what you want the current state to be, whether or not, like, when I think of like a schism, I think of like that happens a long time ago versus like if you have a more modern day kind of prophet person who's, I mean, there's gonna be plenty of people who feel like he's more of a rebel than anything else, or like a heretic, especially if that's like much.
That was a schism too. I mean, when the Eastern Orthodox Church broke away from Rome, it was pretty much, they were like, these people are heretics.
Yeah. I mean, so that's my point being is that the more recent the schism is, the more hostile those two groups are going to be towards each other.
For sure. I don't know how long ago the Orc Wars were, but
100-something years.
Like, I can't remember. Yeah, so like if it was that long ago, it's like maybe the prophet is no longer alive, like, or maybe the prophet is very old now, but like, you know, led this movement when they schismed, possibly during or just after the Orc Wars. Like maybe they took advantage of the Orc War and the fact that Imperia was so overloaded and that they had some, but
they couldn't do anything about it when it happened.
To say, cool, we're gonna fuck off.
Yeah, we'd fight you, but we're all bleeding over here. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the perfect time to break away from Imperia would be right after the Orc Wars.
So that would
they've
put
been decimated.
Whatever this prophet was, if they were young-ish but still in power and had time to gain favor within the church, there is probably in their 40s when that happens. So depending on what race you want to put that person, they could be alive or not still.
Yeah, a dead prophet. We get a lot more traction with a dead prophet than a live one.
Yeah, so it's like a dead prophet who's left their disciples who were already in with the king because the king is the one who supported the prophet in the whole schism thing.
He became level 20 in AD&D and ascended.
That's what you got. He got up there to the other gods, and they're like, "Oh, hey, welcome! Grab a sword, fight demons, go." Is this what ascension means? Pretty much.
Welcome to the fight. Welcome to the
fight. Get on the line.
Oh man,
the Allgate gods really have a shit job. I mean, they really do.
Except in my mind, they love fighting. So
yeah.
All
right. Thank you guys though for those ideas.
Yeah, thanks. That was really good. I'm glad that we were recording. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna delete all this stuff later. But like, I'm like, oh god, this is full of great stuff. What's up? So.
Your adventure begins at the tavern.
Wait a second, what?
You're all tired from a long night on the road. You have no money.
We're not near a white mailbox by the side of the cottage, are we? Because then we're in Zork.
Oh.
Open mailbox. Go north. Open door.
Took my money.
Flask, but
so I think the last image we saw was Kismet and Aragorn holding hands walking in through the portal.
Yeah.
I was scared of the magic.
No, we were inside because it was like a weird hallway, wasn't it?
No, I don't remember going through.
I think that was the hallway before we went through the door.
Yeah, I don't remember anything on the other side of the portal.
But Argun and I came through last.
Mm-hmm.
I was just watching the ending.
That's right, because it's available for us to watch.
Thanks for the push, Ben.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, putting it together takes a bit of time and effort. So, because Zoom keeps flipping people's boxes, so it's like, oh great, now I have to make a second overlay for this fucking thing.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, you guys in the palace went down into the Undercroft, found the jailer malfunctioning in the room, and the portal opened to the other side, one by one, hand in hand. And as you walk through the portal, you feel like the air pulled out of your lungs, and like somebody pushes you, and it's your skin is warm, skin is cold, but you feel warm on the inside as you feel like you're rushing through space, but you can't see anything. And one by one, you all walk out, feet on appears to be stones. This is the portal gives off a slight purpley glow in here, but it doesn't bring much light with it. But what you can see is that you're in a room that's got to be about 20 feet wide by 20 feet long and 20 feet tall. There are carvings of protections and a double door in front of you that's made of stone. And usually when you see a stone door, you're almost assuming dwarf craftsmanship, and this is not that at all. This is craftsmanship I don't think any of you have seen before, or like maybe in your studies, if you want to make a history check.
Sure. History. 25. I've seen these in sketches. This looks like insert name word thing here.
Yes. This is sorry, hang on.
You wouldn't understand the name. Trust me, but I've seen it in sketches. Yes. I know.
Can you give us an
the good of this, I'm not going to tell you.
Approximate translation.
What was that, John?
Nuvok, which was kind of a very this age, but they were known as very powerful magic users from early in this age, and they have all but disappeared. Possibly there are rumors, I should say, of some followers of Nuvok still around, and they are portal users. You've heard of them being extra dimensional, which is why you have heard of them.
Probably why they all died out too. I'll get sense of frown on that. Yeah, they're ancient portal makers, magical cult, but they're all but gone. This looks like their work, at least from the design. So, John, are we in a chamber, or is it just sort of a free floating door? Like, are there?
This is a chamber.
Chamber, okay. Mm-hmm. But no sense that we're like. Does it feel like underground, or does it just feels like a chamber? Could be anywhere.
It feels kind of like you're in a dungeon. It's cold. One thing you notice is that it's not as damp as when you're underground usually.
So the door is in front of us. It's not where we came from. It's where we're going to.
Correct.
I pull out my staff and cast light on it so that we can see what we're doing. Because
just going to see, we should probably be stealthy.
Except I can't see anything.
Right. So scales can't do everything.
Well, I suppose I could cast a spell so I could see in the dark.
Well,
Eliza's going to carefully approach the door, not touch it, but get closer and see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Okay.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
Make a perception roll.
I'm scared.
$17.
17. You walk up and put your ear to the door.
Nothing. Great.
And that's the only door in the room?
That is the only door in the room.
Well, we're going through it one way or another.
But you do see sorry. I got distracted by the new Vok. The door appears to be, Eliza, as you go up to it, it looks like it's actually open. And you kind of look around the, what would you call that thing? You know, skunk, the bolt?
Yep, the bolt.
Yes. The latch, the bolt.
No. And looks like it's actually been physically broken, and this is like severely hard, thick rock. And on the ground are what look like ancient suits of armor.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like fallen in place, shattered. Some of them have been like blown to pieces. Some of them have stab marks in them, but there are no bodies.
Well, at least they took care of some of the guardians for us.
Kismet, you always tell me not to just barge into things and to not touch things that might be trapped. Is this trapped? Can I go?
I check it really quick.
Make a perception roll.
First roll of the night.
First roll of the night.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to pull up. D&D Beyond.
It's okay. I just realized I forgot my dice. I'll be right back.
Hey, bye, GM John.
This is my new dice that I got. That I got at the Smithsonian. It's solid stone. It is heavier than all of my other dice combined.
We call those table destroyers.
Yep.
That's why they're in a box right now.
That's why I have a leather rolling tray.
Yep.
Yeah. It was $2 that I was like, do you guys have any others? Nope.
All right.
It's a 17.
Cool. I think that's good. That'll be fine. We're okay.
We shall see.
What happened? What did I miss?
I rolled a 17, but we're waiting for John to get back. Oh, sorry. We're looking at the door. The door was busted. The lock, the bolt looks broken through the stone. And I'm just doing a quick check to make sure we're not going to open it and it goes boom.
Okay.
17.
17. It is broken and does not. You do notice that this was had an arcane lock on it.
Okay.
Something you've seen
no
encountered before, but yeah, it has been completely busted open.
Are these creatures that I recognize, specifically like the suits of armor? the things that would have been like, are these just magical suits of armor, or are these like beings that kind of got?
Make an Arcana check.
Did they get kind of
Can I make a nature or survival check?
Sure, but they won't do you any good. If you want an answer to your question, you'll need to do Arcana.
I will.
Which you're more than welcome to make any other checks
it's
you like.
For funsies.
It's just more of I just feel like Ergo might have encountered something like this with Warlock. 16.
16.
Arcana. 16 Arcana.
Yeah, you have seen this sort of thing as a protectors versus like wizard towers and anything where like you're not occupied but you still don't want people to go in, and if you have enough power you can put a couple of these
are animated armors, something
pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, we might have gotten like there might have even been like lore that we had to study about these people that reference those or something.
Yeah, and just looking at the armor, you can tell that there is a similar design style.
Oh, I missed that. So there's armor in the room?
On the floor, like 2 suits of it that look like they've been stabbed and sort of attacked.
Blown apart.
But smaller than the ones that we saw in the other room?
Yeah, these ones are only about 6 feet tall or so.
Oh, only.
Right. Does shit, I forget. Does somebody have pass without a trace?
I do.
Stealthy, I think, if we can. We don't know what's coming up, and
I can turn the light off.
let's take it slow, and those who don't see in the dark, keep a hand on someone who does.
Okay.
And I'll extinguish the light.
Who's got dark vision? Because I do.
I think it's everybody but me and Ergun.
Okay.
Okay, so I cast
Elf,
Pass Without a
half-elf,
Trace.
Dwarf. Yeah.
I'll put a hand on Willow's shoulder.
Okay.
No,
grab
Willow's shoulder.
I grab Ergun's hand.
Yeah, Ergun just is like, please.
I grab his hand.
I just like to pretend that I'm Willow.
And Eliza will be up front. By the way, I cast Pass Without a Trace. Eliza will be leading up front.
Kismet and Ergun are right behind her.
All right, make stealth rolls.
Plus 10, everyone.
Natural
20!
I will try it this game.
Nope. 18.
31.
That's with the plus 10.
29.
31.
31, 29, nice.
Good job, group.
Yeah.
You see, I rolled an 18. However, I also have disadvantage and thusly rolled a natural one.
But I rolled a natural 20 and he's with me.
Yeah, so he was like super quiet, like, and he's like, brr, brr, brr. It's just an oxymoron. We're doing a walking oxymoron.
I rolled a 35.
Holy shit, Willow.
I now can't find her hand. I can't find her shoulder, even though my hand's on it.
Ergun, or you guys are all wondering if maybe Willow has been stolen.
Except I can still feel her. I can still feel her shoulder. It's very perplexing.
Where is the little one? Where did she go? Oh.
Really?
Are we sure about this no light thing? Perhaps we just
have it ready to throw up in case anything happens.
We could just put a torch on my tail and light it and have it be fine, and I can just walk around with a fire on my tail.
They'll still know we're coming if there's someone there. Just for a little bit longer, at least in the hallway.
Okay.
Telepathically, Ergun, you hear Orlac say, "Stop trying to make Pokemons a thing."
Oh my god, your Charizard!
The sad thing is Charizard isn't a real dragon.
No, he's a dragon type. They changed it later on.
Oh, they did? I thought he was just a fire and fighting.
He was like in red, blue, and yellow. He was just fire, but then they changed it.
Because he's clearly a dragon.
I never thought that I would say this, but nerds.
That was our generation's thing.
Be ready to throw it up. It up. The spell, the light.
I didn't hear that.
I got it.
My microphone.
It's okay. Zoom likes to cut people off a lot too.
It does. All right, let's do a little
we're walking down
marching order.
We're really stealthy, except for them, but we're helping them, and we're going down stealthy.
All right, so Eliza's in front. Who's next?
Me and Ergun.
If you look in roll 20, you can see I'm setting up a marching order. If you guys want to put yourselves in order.
I might need to refresh.
We're just doing it in the
Got it.
Okay, Eliza's first.
Yep.
You guys got to line up behind Eliza.
Oh, just one at a time?
I mean, it is about 10 feet wide.
All right. Ergun, you're just behind me because I'm helping you.
And then it's going to be Willow and then Orlac at the back.
Yeah, we'll do
Orlac at the back. Sorry, guys. I'm tired.
It's okay.
I like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, we're
Very
kind
nice.
of like that ish.
Yeah.
How far are you ahead, Eliza?
I don't think I'm going too far ahead. I think I'm just a footstep or two, but enough that because I have my bow drawn, so enough that I can have it fully drawn behind me if need be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
So I think if we're talking squares, I'm a 5 foot square ahead.
Gotcha.
And then we're all like next to each other.
Yeah, stacked.
Yeah.
in a nice line for someone to assassinate us.
Yep.
Pew, pew,
Lightning
pew, pew,
bolt
pew.
formation.
Yes.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
You start moving slowly, quietly down the hallway, and at one point, Kismet, you kind of have to like stop Ergun because he's about to kick over another one of those empty pieces of armor, suits of armor that has collapsed on the ground here.
No.
Yep, just
Left. Your left.
and you manage to kind of pull him around, circumventing the natural one.
Oh, good. Little Pippin.
And after
Full of a dragon.
What about second melee?
I got Ben.
after maybe 50 feet or so, Eliza, you see there's a T intersection.
Mm-hmm. I freeze.
We all go slamming up into you. No.
Which one is best?
This is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna relax the bow lick my finger and see if I can feel airflow coming from either direction.
Make a survival check.
Ooh.
Which way does the air smell?
The only place that doesn't smell like urine.
I have no memory of this place.
18?
18. You do not detect a breeze in here.
Okay.
In fact, now that you've kind of stopped to do your rangery stuff, most of the things that you would naturally find in a underground stone or even above ground stone like fortress like this, there's no water stains on the walls. There's no fungus, no smell of rot.
The air's not damp. It's just empty.
Neither is it stale.
Yeah.
I reach out with a dagger and make a notch in the wall next to us before it tees out, just in case I need to remember where we came from.
Okay, nice.
With that, I am going. Let's see. I'm gonna cast.
Like, I don't know if I could see Kismet doing that, but I could hear it, and I say, "Wouldn't chalk work better?"
Less permanent.
Less noise. Would you like some chalk?
Do you have some chalk?
I wouldn't be asking if you wanted some if I didn't have any. That would be inane.
Yes, I would like some chalk. That would be
So
great.
I hand Willow some chalk. Could you please hand this to Kismet because I can't see her?
I pat Orlok on the face and I say, "You bet, buddy."
I hand it over to chalk, and even though no one can see me do it, I roll my eyes like really big, like so hard that it kind of hurts.
You're gonna do that, and you're gonna
know he's right, and I fucking hate it. And
Eliza heard you roll your eyes, by the way.
Make a little chalk mark on the wall, with the arrow pointed out.
What do you want to do?
I am going to cast Locate Creature on my mother.
I was gonna ask.
Doesn't that only have 1,000 foot range?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
We'll see.
Well, how long does
On
it
the bright side, it's got 1,000 foot range.
Yeah.
Good point.
A lot of feet.
Although, since that's another concentration spell, wouldn't Pass Without Trace be dropped?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's fine.
Finding your mother is more important.
Eliza's not really thinking through things.
Okay.
Also, I'm not very used to doing this spell thing. I mostly just shoot shit.
That's all right. Well, and this will last an hour.
Suddenly, Ergun's breathing is much louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if my mic was picking up anything.
No, it's not.
Ripperino.
You just gotta over-exaggerate it.
So I actually was like, I was acting one time, like a long time ago, and I was supposed to be, my character was supposed to be out of breath, like running to a dropship, and I hyperventilated myself because I was breathing too hard.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That was like this is how you do this. I shouldn't do this again.
Yeah. You never go full method, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
You can add that in post.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? Another movie like that will never be made.
Eliza, you get to this point, and almost as a panic, you kind of hold your bow close and like, my mother, and you can feel the shadows kind of drop away from your body, and for a moment you think it didn't work because you don't sense anything. And then
under my breath, I say a prayer to the lady that came to me the night before.
Adalia. You, Adalia, guide me. You smell petrichor. The smell of rain hitting dry soil. Forward. Straight ahead.
Through the rock?
Through the rock?
Like...
No, down the hallway.
Down the hallway? Well, because I'm facing a T.
It's a T intersection. You can go straight or left or right or backwards.
That's a four-way intersection. A T does this.
I was thinking.
Well, it's a T. It's a lowercase T.
That's not what that's called.
Okay. I feel like we've had this particular misunderstanding before.
Probably. Eliza was just about to walk into a wall, like, it's a portal, guys.
I would have bought it.
It's like that railway station. We just have to go really fast.
So Eliza goes this way and just goes. And I feel like this is even while Orlac and Kismet are in the middle of their argument. Eliza has cast this, figured out which direction to go, and then says, barely loud enough for them to hear, this way. And
which
starts
way
going.
is it? Forward,
she
left, or
walks
right?
straight ahead.
Just straight.
Forward, straight ahead.
All right. I take Orlac's hand on my shoulder and we start going.
Oh, yeah, I guess we're going again.
Yep, sorry.
Eliza's power walking, basically, down the hallway. She's
going where?
But carefully, like
yeah.
Ranger in a forest power walking.
That just leans over her shoulder and whispers to Ergun that if I see anything, I'll let you know.
I am appreciative of this, but where are we going? I feel like they might have left. Are we left behind? Are we?
No. We're right behind Eliza. They're right behind us. It's all right. We came to the intersection. She chose a path. We're going down it.
Okay. I just can't see.
Quick, before we lose her.
But you didn't, and now there's ogres.
Light!
Everyone, double time Harch. I cast light.
As soon as I see anything, I yell light.
And she yells that, and I cast light.
Wait, for real? Ogres?
No.
Oh, fuck. Well, then I wouldn't have yelled light.
It was the rules.
Make up your mind. Turn it off again. No, I'm just kidding.
On.
Yeah, no, you didn't light. Yeah, never mind. There was a thing that happened, and I thought I was.
He was being funny.
I was being funny, but didn't realize nobody else was in on the joke. So.
You said it with your funny joke voice.
We take you very seriously where ogres are concerned.
Is it only ogres that you take him seriously about, or other things too?
Other things too.
Okay, just checking. It's like a range.
That was an Orlok question, not a Brian question.
Oh, the line blurs.
Willow and Kismet, give me perception rolls.
Okay. I need.
Ooh.
Ergun and Orlok have triple disadvantage.
Stop it, you guys.
Perception?
Yes.
23.
Luckily, that's not a thing.
Perception? 23.
Secret disadvantage.
23 as well?
Hey, 23 club.
23.
Oh, that was really annoying. I'm so sorry I did that. I take it back.
I don't mind.
You're, Eliza, you're going down and you go another 30 feet and there's another 4-way intersection.
But I can still feel her, right?
There's another lowercase t intersection. And you can almost feel like there's this warmth tugging at you. And it's go straight again. And you're following it, and there's more suits of armor.
Chalk mark as we go by.
A chog mark. Chog. Wait, what?
Chog mark.
No, but what did you say first? Chog?
Chog mark.
Chog
That's the warden of this prison. Chogmar is very dangerous.
He's an ogre, and his name is Chogmar. I'm
It's Cthulhu's casual name, Chogmog.
Chogmog.
Oh, I almost joked.
As you're moving down and you go past another one, and Eliza's just going straight along, and another intersection, and more. You find now that there are dead bodies here. They don't appear to be decaying. There are more. It looks like there was a battle between some of these suits of armor and maybe some of the inmates, and there are dead inmates and dead suits of armor, and Eliza doesn't miss a beat, just keeps going.
Wait, were those bodies?
As I step over one of the bodies, I say behind me, we can loot them on the way out. Keep going.
And Kismet's just sort of like, step here. Okay, yep, to the right there.
Wait, what kind of bodies are they? Were they?
Are they like human? Are they
humanoid?
Humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very fine.
Dead ones.
Or like would like to ask more questions, but now we move past them.
Yeah. We're losing Eliza. We gotta go. And then suddenly Eliza, like at one of these in like every 30 feet, there's another cross.
Are we getting the sense that this is like a prison hallway, and there's like, prison cell on either side?
It's more like you're in a hallway, and there are hallways leading off it that go further than you can see, that all have cell after cell
many
after cell.
much hallway cells. Okay.
If we could see, which we can't because
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, Kismet can see up to 120, so I think.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I can see 60 feet.
Yeah, I think I'm at 60 feet.
Because of my belt.
Yeah.
The special.
I can see Willow.
I'm only half elf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not poisoned anymore. I'm just gonna blink in there.
I thought I got a thing that I could see far.
And at one point, Eliza just kind of stops for a second and looks down one of the hallways and takes off in that direction. As she does.
Left.
Hang on. I saw something.
Me too.
Did you see how big it was?
I don't know.
Didn't see anything. See what?
It was a human-sized.
Yeah.
Human-sized what?
I don't know.
Creature, something. Something alive.
I think the light might be superfluous at this point. Should we risk it?
I'd rather see the thing about to try to eat me than not.
It's easier for me to kill things that I can see.
Is it in front of us or behind us?
It's in front of us. I think it ran down the next hallway.
So you came up, turned left, and as you were turning left, it was still like if you had kept going in a straight path.
We're going away from it anyway.
Right. Willow, stay behind Orlok and keep an eye out as we move forward.
Yeah.
Deal.
And Kismet's got, like, hand on a rapier, like, alert at the high, ready, looking.
Mm-hmm.
So, was that
for anything and everything?
Actually make light?
Like, I didn't actually see anything, right? I just know that something moved sort of outside of my vision.
It was like a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Love.
It looked like a nun or maybe a small doll or a creepy child.
It was a small, creepy child nun.
With Chucky hair.
Mm-hmm.
And a spider body.
And doll eyes.
Dressed like a clown.
Clown spider, you know.
Sister clown spider.
A balloon made of saw blades.
The Christmas was inside her all along.
I suddenly have to pee very, very bad, so I'm gonna go do that. Okay, pee break.
Yeah, I have to pee myself, so.
Don't pee yourself.
We would never get through a D&D stream.
Fine,
We'd
I'll
have
pee
to
on
ban water.
I know, right? I was just thinking that.
I'll pee on someone else.
Oh.
As long as it's consensual.
So, yeah, when I used to do a D&D stream, I would
say, like, when I used to do golden showers. Sorry.
I would do what it's been referred to as strategic dehydration.
Mm-hmm.
Or be like, oh, it's a couple hours before. I got to make sure that I don't drink anything between now and then. And if I have something to drink, it's going to be like after halftime.
Smart.
All right. Now I'm going to go pee.
Okay. Yeah. I usually just...
But not on myself.
Thank you. I was really concerned. Oh my God. No, I peed immediately before coming to the Zoom call. Because I was thinking about it. Yeah, because otherwise I will be like tapping my foot.
I wonder if there's any science behind like breaking the seal kind of thing.
Probably. I don't know. Something with the muscles. Oh, Frida just stretched and she's all cute and stuff. Anyway.
Buddy has been obsessed with me since I got back.
Yeah.
And it's very sweet, but it's also like, you don't have to touch me all of the time.
Yes, I do. You were gone for forever, and I counted.
Ever since, so he got really sick a couple months before we moved out here, like got a flu, and we were genuinely very scared for him. Wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink. I had to carry him to the litter box a couple times a day, and I was spoon feeding him water. But I was like very much caring for him, like had him sleep next to me. And he got a little more clingy after that. And then after his surgery a couple months ago, when I was the same level of like really intensely caring for him, he's gotten very attached.
Yeah.
I don't love how attached he is, in the sense that like I want him to not have anxiety when I'm not around. But it's also so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to save that for later.
So, did Kismet actually say for me to cast light? I was a little unclear.
She did not.
No, she did not.
Yep.
I'm heating up food, but I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I got a funny joke that nobody else was in on. I responded to it, and with the ogre thing, and then people responded to that, not realizing that. Anyway,
No, I didn't mean then. I meant like just now, like before we took a
because
break.
we saw the shadow thing, and now we're like, should we maybe put a light on that and see what's coming after us?
So Orlac goes, "You want light or not?"
Has Eliza continued ahead, regardless?
Eliza?
I waited for them to finish the discussion, and then once we all agreed that Willow would keep up the back to keep an eye out, I kept going.
Of course, Willow goes to the back, and now I have nowhere to. I'm like, can't see, don't know where I'm going.
Hold on to Ergun's tail.
No.
Hold on to Ergun's hand.
The tail has certain customs involved. Holding one's tail has certain implications that would maybe be a little bit unseemly for Orlac to do.
We had a rope, like this is how I used to have the hatchlings, keep track of them. So I kind of walk up and I grab sort of like a strap on Ergun's backpack or something.
Not all Drakens have tails, and so to call one Draken out for not having tail and another for having tail is a bit of a faux pas. Is that what you say?
I like to imagine he meant faux pas, but he said fupa.
Fupa.
It's a fupa.
Fupa. Fupa.
You mean faux pas?
It is not a fake paw.
Aren't we trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
We're going to have a long conversation. I'll just turn the light back.
I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Just keep going. Please hold hands.
I have not let go.
Let's go.
I go up and I hold Ergun's strap on Ergun's backpack.
And I force Orlac to hold hands with me.
I'm going to make one little request, too. This is going to be a very emotional evening. Let's keep the joking down to a minimum.
I'm hydrated already.
From now on.
Yes. Obviously, from now on.
Not like retroactive.
Ergun will be
time traveler.
Steadfast of seriousness.
Yeah, just in character. Stick in the scene. You move, and as you're moving down this hallway, now you can see open cells, and they're not like a regular, like jail cell like you might imagine, with the bars and all of that. They are reinforced stone doors with magical runes on them to keep them closed and to protect them from you might not know without Orlac's help, but you can see that there so many magical protections on all of these things, and most of them are blown wide open. Some of them, the rock has been destroyed around the door. And you go down, and there's one after another that has been forced open and is now empty.
As we go through, I imagine Eliza wouldn't just walk past them. She's going to be checking out the cells. So kind of like where you would usually see someone with a gun be like, look, move. It's like with a bow, look,
check your corners.
Look, move, check your corners. Yeah. She's still got training going on here.
Yeah.
And training is the only thing keeping her held together and calm right now.
Kismet sort of gets a little close to her as she's in between cells and just whispers like, a little light? Oh no. I'm on the fence.
Still on the
Anything
fence.
left in here is going to be locked. We might do well to have
a little light.
A little light.
If we have some light, then I don't have to check every cell.
Orlok. It's fine. Light.
So Orlok casts light on his staff.
It's warm light.
Hello. Thank you for your guidance.
My pleasure.
Illuminates.
Interesting.
With a quick glance, Orlok, you recognize a lot of the runes, a lot of the protection runes, and they're everywhere. And like even on these doors, you see that there's like anti-magic runes. There are so like if somebody came up and tried to dispel these protections, they would have to be very, very powerful to get past these anti-magics.
The runes are aimed at the cells, not in the hallway.
Yeah,
are they still active?
They're like on the doors. No, they've been shattered and.
The magics here are very powerful, and I'm seeing anti-magic. I'm seeing petrification. It's very powerful, and they're all broken. And so there's like, how many cells are there in the hallway?
Hundreds.
We clearly didn't see all of the people that escaped from there, or the things that escaped from these cells in the city. So where is everybody?
And more importantly, why was your mother left behind?
And more importantly, what put her in here? Because this is not a place for people like I know her to be. What happened in the 15 years since I've seen her?
We better find her so we can ask.
It's been 15 years, and you're going after her now. I don't think Orlok's actually heard this whole story all the way.
We just found out she wasn't dead.
It's a long story. I didn't know where she was until very recently.
Well, this should be a surprise then.
And with that realization, you feel a deeper sense of urgency, especially since the spell only lasts for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. This way. And Eliza takes off in a run.
It lasts for an hour.
Does it?
Locate creature? Yeah.
Does it only have
concentration up to an hour?
I guess locate object is maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, locate object is 10 minutes.
Yeah, Eliza turns and runs.
Oh, now we're running. Okay.
Go. Keep up, Orlok.
Yes. Give her running robes.
No, but I have run in a dress. Miserable.
You run down this hallway, and there's another intersecting hallway, and Eliza takes a quick right, and you all follow
I'm
her
marking
around
chalk every single fucking intersection.
Back to the left.
And I'm marking it on the wall that we
back
came
to the right. Yeah.
every time.
This is
So I'm not getting fucking lost in here.
Who's trained in survival? Especially underground stuff. Eliza.
I am not trained in survival. Goon might be.
You're not trained in survival?
I mean, I've only got a +3 on survival.
You're a ranger. How
is it a class
not
skill?
Trained in survival?
She doesn't necessarily choose it. It's fine. She lived the. I have
city ranger.
I'm a city ranger.
John, she got lost from her house to Allard's house. They're next door to each other.
That is true.
She relies on someone for that.
Next door is relative when it comes to estates.
Fair.
Dragoon rolled a 21 for survival.
21. The turns that you're taking, you should have come back across your path, and you haven't.
Fuck.
Do I start to notice Kismet's chalk?
Nope.
Is the pull from my mother getting or the pull from the spell getting any stronger?
It's definitely leading you somewhere. It's like in a certain direction, and a little bit of smell or a little wind blow or something like that kind of like is telling you when to turn.
But it's not getting more powerful, like I'm getting closer.
No, but it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Just stay together, traveling and playing. Be different.
Everyone stay in sight.
At some point, I stop running, and I go, It can't be this big.
Or can it?
We must have run the length of a city by this point.
Keep in mind, if I'm hyperventilating, I can't cast spells.
I thought you were in a better shape.
That's fair.
It's just sort of like springing back and forth, like stretching a little bit, like, ooh, nice workout.
Orlak, is there any way to... This is an interdimensional plane. Is it different? Is there...
Use your words.
That's my line.
Are we stuck in some sort of spell that has us going through doorway after doorway, not actually getting closer to something?
Maybe. But it also could be that the direction doesn't necessarily have to lead in a logical manner.
Not to be changing the subject too harshly, but that shadow that I saw earlier with Kismet, it's definitely been following us.
Great. Another thing. Should we keep running? Should we?
I think we should keep.
Someone needs to tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I don't know.
Following your spell.
Okay.
Following it.
Okay, let's go. And she takes off again.
I'll watch the back.
Doesn't have to be at a run. Fine.
You
Chalk
continue
mug.
to go. Chop? Oh, chalk.
Chogmog.
I'm also making stir fry as we're going. You keep going for like another 4 or 5 minutes until you're all, and Eliza's going so fast she's kind of losing you guys a little bit until you come around a corner and she's standing outside this door. That's the door. That's where it's leading.
Is this it?
Is this the only closed door we've seen?
No.
What kind of door is it?
It's very much like the other ones. It is a large, like it's got to be 5.5 feet wide by about 8 feet tall, and it is covered in protection runes.
Are they active?
They are. Not the first time you've seen active runes, Orlak, in this place.
Okay.
There's a lot of these things that have been busted open, and some of them that have been closed and activated.
Is the door solid, or is there like there's a window, or is it just solid? Careful, the runes are active on this.
Is there also like a lock, or is it just like a door with runes that's just magically sealed?
There is a lock.
Have we seen? Are there any of those armored bodies nearby, or any bodies nearby?
Yeah, there's one. Not that far from you, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and see if I can find a key on it.
Make an investigation roll.
Meanwhile, I'll examine the door see if I can figure out the spell.
Dispel the magic. Arcana check, Orlak.
24.
With Orlak for physical things.
24. You're looking for a key. You do not find a key on this. It looks like 3 creatures fell here.
Mm-hmm.
One of whom is something fiendish, maybe a little tieflingy, with like this big beard and scraggly hair, and looks very thin, and has been just had the living hell stabbed out of it. And then nearby there are 2 of these suits of armor that have been, like, one of which the helmet looks like it's blown outwards. And another one that just has a bunch of stab marks on it, but also has like blood all over its sword.
I'm going to pick up the tiefling guy and throw him against the door.
Okay. Before that happens, though, I rolled a 29.
29. Yeah, you can see everything that's at work here, and it's the sort of thing that you could bypass. It just is going to take time.
All right, there's a lot of spells on here. I can start dispelling them, but it's going to take a while.
This person hits the door and just kind of
body.
Yeah, his body hits the door and kind of electroshocks before it like turns to stone and disintegrates and falls to the ground as ash.
Okay, got it. So don't touch the door. Cool.
Do you mind?
Just gonna ask if I could touch it. So thank you for that.
Orlak.
Yeah.
One of the runes is no longer glowing.
The disintegration rune is off. So there's that.
Are there more bodies on the floor?
Well, then it won't all do that. The anti-magic rune is faced into the room. So I could try to start dispelling it, but it's designed to not be dispelled by its own nature.
What are the other runes?
Let's see. Dispel magic. There's some sort of paralysis. There's some sort of, disintegration, which is now gone. There's an alarm of some sort, although that one seems weird. I'm making this shit up. John's typing, and I'm just making shit up as I go.
No, you're doing great. Keep going.
There's an arcane lock. There's insert other thing. I don't know. How many more are there?
The lock I might be able to do something about if you can take care of the magic bit. Is there any other parts of it you think we could throw a body at?
You see Willow summon her staff. And I say, that thing's caught up with us.
Let's put a pin on that. I say to Kismet and look to see where Willow's looking.
Have we tried asking it for help?
I'm going to.
What do you want?
You hear like a little skitter, skitter, skitter.
Are you friend?
Show yourself. We don't have all day.
If you are a cat, I have pets and treats for you.
You're not hurt. Just curious.
Are you hurt?
Fine.
Can we see what this is? I'm sorry.
Was that Eliza?
Do you have a name?
Once, yes, once.
Okay, Colin.
How did you come to live in this place?
Once, yes, once.
Okay, once, yes, once. How did you come to live in this place?
How did you come to live in this place?
Ooh.
You hear Eliza's voice come back at you.
Can you open the door?
Can you open the door?
No, I can't. Can you?
No, I can't. Can you?
Echo. How far away is it from me?
Hard to say. Willow's the only one who's seen it recently.
Mm-hmm.
And its voice is coming from down this hallway.
Willow, how big is this thing? Did you see?
It's about person-sized.
Can you come here? Are you hungry? I've got bacon.
See his head pop out? I got bacon.
I hold up the bacon and I throw it 5 feet in front of me.
I make sure that I'm back with the bacon.
You can see now that
it.
I know. It still is very skittish. You can see the head when it kind of popped out. You could see that it's a good 70 feet away or so.
What does it look like?
From here, just kind of an outline.
But still person-sized?
Mm-hmm.
I put my staff away.
Can you come here? And Kismet sort of crouches down and does the sort of general posture of I'm non-threatening.
Which on Kismet does not look natural.
Somewhat undercut by the two Draken behind her.
Make a performance check.
Okay.
I turn back to the door and I'm examining it some more.
Yeah,
I'm okay, whatever.
16.
It's you can see it does this kind of
You seem lonely. We're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Exactly. Come here.
You see kind of steps out into the hallway a little bit and hides a little bit. We're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends.
Comes a little bit closer and a little bit closer.
That's a good
and then
job.
kind of leans over onto its forelimbs and is almost crawling toward you.
What does it look like?
Kind of squinting, you can see that it's got like some sort of like sharp nose.
Oh no.
It's like
it is not cute.
It's kind of
very.
And it moves forward, and you see this hand kind of comes into the glow of the light, and it is just the palest hand that you've ever seen, and it's like got all these little pock marks on it. And you can see like almost like these like kind of black hairs coming out of its hand, and it grabs the bacon and it backs off a little bit and
it's good, right?
it's good, right?
Bacon.
Yeah.
And it sticks its head into the light, and now you can see it's like almost like a bird's beak and almost like a bird's head, but all the feathers have been stripped off.
Tengu.
Chicken.
It's a naked chicken.
It's a Tengu. Or goes, that's a Tengu.
That's a Tengu.
Have you seen one of these before?
They're a species of humanoid birds.
Bacon.
Bacon's good, right?
I've seen artist sketches of
friends.
them.
We are friends. Do you want some more bacon? Here.
They're excellent
Like
mimics, as you can hear. So the pictures of the ones I saw had more feathers.
I think.
Well, this one has been stuck in an interdimensional prison for God knows how long.
Can it hurt us?
Do you want to go?
Maybe.
Do you want to know the way out? Do you want to leave? Freedom. Freedom, yes?
Yes?
Yes.
So, Kismet, you hear Orlak's voice in your head. Word of caution. If something was in here, we probably should find out why it was in here before we offer it freedom.
It's just a little bird. Probably got
hanging out in an international prison. I don't trust him.
We are
getting. You gotta get a vibe from the bird.
Make an insight check.
Bird vibe.
The bird vibe.
Bird killed like 800 people, and Kismet's like, "Oh, it looks fine."
It's a little bird vibes. That's a dirty 20 for bird vibes.
Kismet has killed more than 800 people.
Just looks sad and hungry and curious.
It's just a bird.
Well, does it know what to do with the door?
Can you open the door? Open, and I point at the door. But, watch. Can you watch and make a noise if you see anything coming this way? Yes,
friends.
We are friends. Friends help friends. We're going to open this door, but I want your help keeping an eye out. You keep watch.
Bacon.
For bacon, yes. And I give her some more bacon.
And I'm next to Willow, and I'm going to go, I don't know what to do with my body right now. That is a very cute naked chicken.
We're going to get this door open.
And I need to get that door open.
Working on it.
Nothing makes sense.
And Kismet also hands Eliza bacon.
I'm not hungry, thank you.
Just I'll bite. It'll help.
The Kenku grabs your hand, Kismet, and walks to the far side, like, we're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends.
I have my bow drawn and I am watching
trying to
carefully.
pull you away from the door in the direction that you would continue to go.
We have to get inside this door.
Can you open the door?
Oh, you know how to open the door. You're gonna show me.
Kismet, no.
We're friends.
Didn't it shake its head that it didn't know how to open the door like a second ago?
It can't open the door. I asked if it could open the door, not if it knew how. And open the door?
Open the door? We're friends.
Take me to open the door.
Take me to open the door.
Oh, God. I think
Take me to open the door.
I think I need to go with the bird.
This is gonna
Does
end
someone
in
want
blood
to come
and
with me to
sadness.
go with the bird? Because
No.
I can't.
We have a means to open the door through Orlok. We do not need this being to help us. Let's just take the time.
Kismet, the being may have other friends.
I don't get a bad vibe off this bird. It's clearly been down here for a long time.
Agreed.
So was the lich.
Willow, can you follow her and make sure she doesn't do something stupid?
No.
But one moment.
No.
We are not separating the group in an extra-dimensional prison where all the inmates are loose. That is the height of madness.
We already lost our way in this place.
If it wants to be friends.
Yes. Orlok can defeat the door. We should stay and give time.
John, I want to use Arcana on Kismet to see if she's been enspelled in some fashion.
Okay.
You're acting very strangely, Kismet. This is not like you.
It's a resource. It's a local thing that might know a way
29.
to open it that isn't
bird thing.
using up all your magic.
Right, but we just met it. You don't know it, so why are you trusting it?
It's a bird.
It's a prisoner in an extra-dimensional
prison. You don't
prison.
know it's a prisoner. It could just be a thing that got trapped down here and is living down here.
Surely you're not this stupid.
Surely you're not this pompous.
I actually am this pompous, but you're acting irresponsible.
Ergun will go in front of Kismet and put in his body in between him or her and Orlok. We are here.
The fact that you are trusting this creature that you've met 2 seconds ago because it ate your bacon and it looks pathetic is the height of madness.
Orlok, let me take this.
Good, you explain it to her then. I'm going to look at the door some more, and I go back to examining the door.
As you're
Definitely.
as you're having that conversation, you hear this, and you turn around and look, and you can see Eliza just threw one of these, like a chest plate from the animated armor.
Clang. Did any of the glyphs go out?
No.
It has to be a body. And I look at the bird.
Go ahead.
I don't think
serious.
I don't think she'll be okay with that.
I want to examine the glyphs to see if actually an impact of a body would actually do anything at this point.
All right, make an Arcana check.
And there was 2 other bodies.
No, both of the other bodies were armor. There were no bodies.
Oh, dirty 20.
No.
No, I think only the disintegration spell was touch activated. The rest of them were inside the room.
I simply encourage patience. Let the wizard who is trained for such things do his job. Please trust us in this manner. This is what we were bred for.
Isn't it? The bird can watch us or it can leave.
So, message for you, Joe.
Please don't let it take you out of the band of light.
I just want to be safe in this place. It's already dangerous and scary enough.
Let's stay close, little one.
Kismet says absolutely nothing and sits down.
He says, "Stay close, little one." And he kind of just sits on the floor. In a little squat.
Warlock's like examining the runes, and he's got a notebook out, and he's sort of checking references. And
a moment, please.
half the time when I'm playing Orlac, I try to think, what is the thing that needs to be said here? And then how can I say it in the worst possible way?
You're really good at it.
To be fair, I play a game on Saturday with a bunch of 15 and 14-year-olds. So really, there's a lot of examples to choose from.
I'm just going to be standing there looking sideways at the Kenku. Because as much as I love animals, I really don't trust this one.
It's because it's not an animal.
They're people.
Well, yeah.
They don't even taste like chicken.
Yeah, their skin is white.
Tastes like crow.
That's the dragon talking. That's the
talking. I don't think he's ever met a Kenku in person. Well, all right. I'd have to use up my 6th level spell slot to do this.
It's okay, you have more of those.
No, I have 1.
Here's to hoping we don't find a dragon on the way out.
I have other spells too.
And I'll need some time. And so I start working on it.
How much time?
10 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
And so he starts laying out some, implements and spell components, and he's standing in front of the door, and he's like, making some, he pulls out another piece of chalk, and he's making some marks and like notations.
He's doing all that, and then slowly you see him kind of like pull up a claw and start drawing some things in the air, and he kind of like reaches toward the door, and like you see the rune kind of follow his hand as he like tucks his own rune behind it, and he's slowly maneuvering the magic that's in place with these new runes that he's making and connecting them all together. And at some point you just feel like somebody's watching you, and you look over and the Kenku's like,
I don't think Orlac notices. I think he's just too focused on,
we're friends.
Stop making this damn thing so cute.
Ergun is very focused on protecting Orlek during this time.
Finally, at the end of the 10 minutes, he utters the command words, Yuskatera Magica. And
you can see that like the line that was kind of coming out and intertwining them all just kind of goes from his hand, almost like a fuse, and just kind of, and you see one of those runes kind of and hit the rune that's on top of it, and it kind of disintegrates the one rune.
There. I think that did it.
When I'll walk up to Kismet, who is, I think, sitting, and offer my hand and say, please, I need you on the lock.
With all the flashy bits, sure. But she locks eyes with Eliza anyways and takes her hand to stand up.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna get blown to bits when I touch this.
Not from me.
From the door, Orlok.
Oh, yes, I know. I don't believe so. The runes are now defunct, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, let's hope that's good enough.
It is.
I tap the door with my hand while looking at Kismet.
I make my lock-picking check.
And Orlok disintegrates. No.
28.
28.
28. You put your tensioning device in there and kind of give it a little, and you start something happens, and something like almost like a guillotine comes down and chops your lockpick in half.
She looks over her shoulder at Allard, or at at Orlok. They put up.
You're annoyed with him, so he's back to being Allard.
Orlok goes, I said the magical traps were gone. I don't do physical traps. That's
make a more thorough check of everything. Are there any other traps?
Make an investigation roll.
Oh, okay. Investigation +2 is 18.
18. There's definitely some crazy fucking shit in this lock. You could not kind of get into it earlier because of the runes and everything, like didn't want to get too close, but now that the runes are inert and you're looking through, there are false gates, security pins, there's extra mechanisms inside, and you're not sure which ones you need to pick and which ones maybe you pick separately, or you have to just put a little pressure on or whatever. This is probably the most complicated lock you've ever seen.
Well, did I make it through like part of it before I triggered the first trap?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like pulls out another set of
a different lockpick.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything
she's got like
to help
a bunch of different like pieces in her set, so it might not be like, you know, these are my go-to ones. All right, these are the specialty ones. These are the like weirdo ones.
I don't have any buffing things. Willow?
Actually, I might have like enhanceability, but I don't think that's gonna help with it.
Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, because it's based on dex.
Specifically good at fending bars and lifting gates.
Yeah. Yeah, enhanceability with Cat's Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Dexterity checks.
I'm glad you got that reference, John.
All right, yeah. I'll help Kismet with enhanceability then.
And that's right next to generate Thaco.
And as Kismet like shrugs her shoulders and like cracks her neck and gets ready to go, like as she cracks her neck, like the spell hits her from Willow, and she just like feels like this sort of like, I fucking got this moment.
Yeah.
Do I fucking got this? Maybe.
While Kismet's getting ready, I look over at the bird, the Kenku, and say in Sylvan, do you speak Sylvan?
It replies to you in Sylvan. Do you speak Sylvan?
Honestly, I don't know what you were expecting.
It's quite as dumb as it appears.
Lockpicking.
I say to Willow.
20.
And the Kenku looks at you, Willow, and says, it's not quite as dumb as it appears.
That wasn't what I said.
A 26, John.
26. You're trying to get it. It's like a...
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
I thought that my lark picking was like my sleight of hand plus my something or whatever, right?
No, lock picking is your D20 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency modifier.
Dex and proficiency, that's what it is. Sorry, I was just checking for a sec because my sleight of hand's so much better. Yeah.
And as you are doing it, you find this pressure plate inside that you're like, oh, hang on a second. And you have to like go back and like take another tool and kind of like press it in there, keep some pressure on it. And you're like, I think this is it. And it severs everything again.
I'm gonna use all of my goddamn picks on this. I have 2 more.
Fine. I can do something else. It's just taking too long. I walk up to the door, like I'm like above Kismet, and I cast Pass Wall.
The door goes. I forgot how Pass Wall works. What does this look like?
He'll say, as Morum Transat, and the door, and so like basically a passage appears like in the door, and basically like follows the outline of the door, but then like it's just open. It's just so it's like the door becomes an archway. There.
The door disappears in front of you.
You could have done this the whole time.
Eliza.
And use up another high-level spell slot.
Eliza's going to push past them.
Eliza,
when I couldn't have done it until I disarmed all the other things.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of missing the point, but okay.
In front of you, Eliza, the door disappears. And inside is another windowless cell. Small. Ground covered in hay. A hole in the corner. A bed to your right. And sitting on the floor is a woman with long, ratty, graying hair in these almost like grayish brown robes that are all tattered and torn and stained, and she's sitting in front of this archway that's right in front of her. And you see her and you look up and you can see yourself in that archway. And the woman is just watching the archway. She turns.
And I run to her.
Found me. And she kind of tries to get up, but she's weak, and you kind of lift her. Or do you go down to her?
I kneel. I kneel in front of her. And I grab her face in my hands.
Mm-hmm. She's
and I look
trying to hug you. And you can smell flowers right now. Honeysuckle.
And
the kind that you remember from the forest. You didn't even remember knowing this. And it's not coming from her. But as you hug her and you breathe in, you can smell home.
And you just hear Eliza saying, Mama? Like a small child. Mama?
Eliza, baby.
Is it you?
And she strokes the back of your head.
And Eliza curled up in her lap and just sobs.
Kismet's staying in the doorway.
And then she stops. She goes, Mama, we've got to get you out of here. Oh God, what did they do to you? Are you able to stand?
And she pulls you back and she says, you're here. I can run.
Good, because you might have to.
And she kind of pulls your head in and puts your head on her chest and just kind of strokes your hair, and you hear this, oh, my baby, go to sleep. Oh, my baby, go to sleep. As she cries. It's the only song I can remember singing you.
I think you sang me one about the bluebirds too, but it was a very long time ago.
I remember that song. I remember it now.
Do you want to get out of here? Because I'm going to get you out of here. And I'm going to take you somewhere safe. And I'm going to make sure that whoever put you in here pays for it with their life. I have spent my life without you, and I will end theirs for it. But you are never going to be in prison again. And I am never letting anyone hurt you.
We've lost so much time together. But I found a way. I found a way to get it back. Found a way to get it back. All we need is to find the skull of Zengris.
A way to get back.
We can get.
We can just escape through this door.
Of course. Of course. But all I had of your childhood was
Eliza,
this.
we need to go.
And she points at the archway, and you can see that you're in the center of it.
And Orlak and Kismet are looking at it very concerned. Kismet, get her out of there.
Eliza, we need to go. We can take her, but we need to go.
I try to pick her up and move towards the archway.
She's very light. And as you pick her up, you can feel kind of the bones.
I take out my broom and I give it to Eliza. Take her. Get out now.
I'm very confused, but I pick her up and I move towards them.
Follow the chalk. Follow the chalk. We'll be behind you.
Oh, don't separate.
Follow the chalk. We'll be behind you.
Oh, Kismet, I'm just you lead. I can't lead right now.
And she just breaks into a run.
And with the running.
As we're running, so we are running away from the cell. I've got my mother in my arms.
She's running behind you. It's interesting because you're like, oh, she's obviously malnourished, can probably barely move. But
I thought Eliza was carrying her.
I thought that she was just like lifting her.
Oh, I lifted her and pulled her out. I could set her down or run next to me if she's able to keep up.
Carried her and pulled her out, or just lifted her?
Carried her and pulled her out.
Oh yeah. She says, no. I can walk.
Okay.
I kept myself ready for this day. And you kind of notice that she's not just super skinny. She is like sinewy and wiry.
God, you are so cool. That's my friend Kismet. We're going to follow her.
Kismet. And what do you all do?
I'm
following Kismet.
Going to continue back the way they came, following the chalk marks, assuming I can see them.
As we're running, I'm going to say, now, what did you mean about the skull?
Skull of Sangris can give us back our time together.
Can give us... You can change history, is what you mean?
Yes.
Everything that's happened, all of it.
All of it. We can... The day that you were taken, the Skull of Sangris, we can change that day. We can have every day between then and now back.
Why did they place you in this prison, Mother?
Let's wait until we get out of here. I'll tell you the whole story.
That's fair.
Maybe over a decent meal.
Several decent meals. Kismet has some bacon if it takes too long.
Left. Right.
And you're running down and you just see this like plucked kenku going, chalk.
Like pointing at the chalk?
Chalk. And it's like pointing in the direction that you made the arrow. Chalk. And then it kind of like runs ahead a little bit as you get close.
Follow the chalk.
And then it's like chalk. Chalk.
That's good. Keep doing that. You're very clever.
Yeah, apparently this kenku is very used to the dark. And it's not much time until you reach the entrance again, and you're at the portal. You see kenku kind of walk in, and then like kind of go into the corner.
The kenku does, or she does?
The kenku.
Okay.
Eliza's mom, you kind of expect her to be falling down. She's much more lively than you would have predicted.
Mm-hmm.
As much as she looks very disheveled, she also is moving really well.
We know Eliza didn't get her spryness from her father.
Before we leave, perhaps it's prudent for Orlak to dispel any sort of magic upon your mother or the kenku.
Let me look to see if there's any on there first, in case there's any kind of residual. It could be some sort of ward to keep them from crossing the threshold of the portal. So I cast Deprehendere Magica, and I will use Detect Magic on both the kenku and, more importantly, Eliza's mother.
Yeah, you cast it, and there doesn't seem to be any residual magic on either of them.
Or active magic, I should say.
Or active magic.
Okay. They seem clean. I'm going to examine the portal, though, before we go through it to make sure it's still the same as when we left it.
It looks the same.
Okay.
Can we go through?
Well, that might be your mom's name, but you never introduced her to Orlac or Argoon, so I'm just saying Eliza's mother over here.
No, you can say that. I said that for people who would know, which would be Willow, Kismet, and John.
Right, through the portal then.
As we pause and we're there and Orlac is doing the magic thing and blah, 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 I grab Eliza's hand and I say very quietly to just her, are you sure this is Adira? I just want to make sure you're not disappointed. Is there a way to check?
Eliza turns and walks away.
To where?
Just the other side of the chamber, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Back to where Adira is. Adira is.
Sorry.
No, I picked a hard name.
Adira. I would have said Adira.
Adira. It might be Adira. I might have said it. I might have put it wrong.
I want to go with Adira.
It's Adira. And then I'm going to come back to Kismet and go, you better have a fucking good reason for asking that question. What is making you doubt?
She seems very strong for someone who was in a prison for that long. And
go lift her.
Bring up the skull. It just scared me, is all. Everything scares me right now.
We've dealt with a lot of demons, haven't we?
I was in a date with someone I loved and got stabbed in the abdomen, so forgive me.
No, you're... I cannot think tonight.
I'm trying.
You were thinking for me. It's a really fucking good question to ask.
I'm sorry I have to ask it.
I'll forgive you later. And I walk over to Orlac very quietly and I say, do you have a way to check if there are any demons in the room with us?
Demons?
Shh.
One moment, processing.
I'm gonna explode if I don't pee.
Go.
Demons are fiends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kismet walks up behind them and puts a hand on Orlac's shoulder and goes, I got this. And casts Detect Good and Evil.
Nice.
What the you learned to do that? Which we will wait for the voice of God to come back.
Yeah. And I'm gonna grab another drink while he's out. Also, we could totally get through a stream. I would just plan differently if I knew we were streaming.
Yeah.
Just hang
no, it's different. It's different.
Less stressful this way.
Doesn't Eliza have something where she can know creatures in a certain radius or something like that? Or was that
the ranger thing?
Oh, locate creature or whatever.
No, it's
mom, right?
The feature.
No, it's a ranger feature thing. I have the same thing too.
No, that's if someone did, if you didn't swap it out for the
primeval awareness.
Yeah, I don't have I used to have primeval awareness. I got rid of it so that I could have. I do?
Yeah, that's how you got locate creature. It's under abilities.
Yeah, I'm looking.
On D&D Beyond, if you go to features and traits, and you scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, so for my primeval awareness, instead of having what you're describing, I get a speak with animals spell, a speak with plants spell, and a locate creature spell.
Yeah, but you have it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can do it.
I can do that. But I think Kismet solved the problem.
Yeah. So, Kismet's gone.
So John, Kismet used detect good and evil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably like Orlac turned toward Ergun because he knows he can do it, and then Kismet decided to do her thing, and so he's like, all right, that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I detect good and evil.
Does that detect people's alignments too?
No, it's aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiend, or undead.
Yeah, they divorced it from alignments.
Okay.
So it's not whether a creature is like nice
Morally good
or not.
Yeah.
Like whether or not their race is considered evil.
You find out that Orlac is evil.
Yeah, it's less detect dick than it is like detect demon.
Detect dick right here. Ooh.
That's a cantrip, baby.
Last night I was outside in front of my apartment door.
There it is.
Over and over and over.
And I didn't have to cast detect dick. He was in a like little crop top with the smallest pink shorts you've ever seen, with this giant bulge out front, and I was like, and then he was like,
that one's called John. That's called present dick.
That was present dick. Oh my god,
that's so cool.
It's a little stirring stick. I stole it from a Grey Goose event.
Oh, very nice.
I have one that's a toothpick too. That's metal.
I'm like, that's not a loon. It looks more like a goose.
Yeah.
At some point, LG, I got to show you the pepper grinder that I stole from the restaurant that I had Valentine's Day in, because the meal was fine, but it was just so overpriced that I went, I'm taking this pepper grinder.
I stole a salt and pepper shaker from medieval times and got asked not to come back.
You failed your sleight of hand.
It was my friend's birthday. I am not a stealer. I don't do that usually, but I was feeling particularly puckish, and it was my friend's birthday, and I was like, these are awesome. I'm going to take them. And then they took forever coming outside, and so I came back in to see where they were, and that was my mistake. Oops. And they were like, you took something. And I was like, I didn't think your security was that tight, bro. Here. And they're like, don't come back.
Is that like to all the medieval times or just this one?
I think it was the one in LA.
They just have your picture like on the back wall.
Have you seen her? Keep the salt and pepper away from her.
Anyway.
All right, we're coming back.
It's a shame we like each other so much.
I detect good and evil.
You detect good and evil, and you kind of like sit there, and normally you're just kind of used to this. Like this is almost like a sixth sense that can kind of emanate out from you, and you have to activate it. But normally it's like smelling something like that. It'd be just that easy for you. And at this moment, looking at Eliza, and you can just see that she's just raw, and what it might mean if you detect evil right now. You slowly reach out with that sense, not your hand, and it you detect nothing.
Yeah, I know. I did that earlier. Sort of. I would hope my magic would not locate a demon. Otherwise, we're fucked. You did the right thing, and I'm going to be a little mad at you for it.
You feel these bony fingers grasp your hand. Can we please go?
Can we? I say to Orlok.
Sure so. Portal seems stable.
I guess we're first. So I'm going to step.
Out of the shadows. We're friends.
You can come too.
You can come too.
You can leave the darkness.
Just don't be an evil overlord or murder people.
Don't be an evil overlord or murder people.
Exactly.
Friends.
Fantastic.
And I grab their hands and I pull them through the fucking portal.
Everybody goes through?
I said I was going to make sure the coast was clear. I'm going ahead. I've got my rapier out. Let's go.
Rapier in one hand, Kenku in the other.
Dual wielding.
Normal Wednesday night. Yeah.
And
Y'all should know how fucked up in the head Kismet is right now that she made friends with that thing instead of murdering it.
Yep.
Why Orlok was so stunned.
You, as much as it felt like minutes bringing you to this side, you're like there in a second. And it's a little bit much, and you feel the hand let go of your hand, and kind of you like shit, and you look, and you kind of just behind like some cover.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
We're okay.
That's
We're friends.
We're friends.
And then Eliza and her mom come through, and you can just see her mom is just like, let's go.
No one's coming back for you.
You might pass.
She like looks down.
It's okay. He's already been taken care of.
You might pass.
The way out should be clear. It was when we came in. Let's go. Friends follow. And she looks down at the kangaroo. And he's like, let's go. Just not leaving this little sweet little bacon chicken here. I'm not leaving it, okay?
So I think that Orlok and Aragon probably come through last.
Yeah. Maybe backwards, kind of making sure nothing's gonna come from behind.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'll go through before you two do then.
Yeah. Perhaps it is good to close the portal.
Yes, I was already thinking that.
You need anything from me?
And I'm going to hold on for a second and go. We saw what it was like in there.
And?
What if there are other people unjustly held in that prison?
What if there's a horde of murderers?
You're right, close the portal.
What if there's a horde of murderers?
See?
Exactly. There's no way of knowing. It was hard to accept even your mother. How could we know?
If we find out that we have trapped someone else's mother for eternity in an inescapable prison because we closed the only portal in, you will help me create another portal to get in.
I will not.
It's not the only portal.
My entire order is devoted to not creating portals and to close them when I find them. I will not create another portal to this place.
I will find someone who will do it then. And then you can close that one.
If I may, perhaps it is worth closing for the time being until the magistrate above is able to assemble someone to guard this entrance properly. But it is evident, obviously, that such a portal being in any sort of existence is a threat until the devil and demon incursion is dealt with.
Well, and I have a hard time believing that after all this time that this prison, this plane has existed, that those who were kept inside just happened to break out now, in the middle of all of this.
No, the demons did it. Close the portal.
That's how to cause chaos. I see no good of keeping this open.
Once it's closed, I do not know that it can be reopened. We're cutting it off from this side.
Out of character, sorry, John. I thought I remembered when you first talked about this, that this was like, you know, the main, like, whatever prison thing for around here, but that there were other, like, portals into this prison, that it wasn't just a prison for this plane, it was a prison for many planes.
I also, and I could be wrong, remember Jasper saying something like, it's a prison, we also allow people to pay to, like, put away people they don't want to have to deal with anymore. Like, basically political prisoners who aren't necessarily, like, there are really evil people in there, and then there are also good people who were victimized by the wealthy.
Yes.
I remember that.
But that there were also other ways to get into it other than this portal.
Correct.
Okay. So, as long as
because the Midlanders aren't the only ones who
with
imprison people
access.
here.
Right. Yeah. Close this portal if you must. But I am not comfortable knowing that there may be innocents imprisoned for an eternity.
Where there's a prison, there's a ledger. And we'll find it.
We will.
So Orlax roots around in his bag, and he pulls out this ancient-looking scroll, which you actually saw when he found that. You know, remember the magic box that had all those weird scrolls in it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those, and he
Orlax
pulls that out.
Treasure box?
Yeah, well, it was one from the treasure box.
No, I just mean it was like a whole bunch of shit that only you could use that was super fucking awesome. Which we're all happy that you have, but it was Orlax's super magic.
So he holds it up. He holds it up like with one hand, and he has his staff with the other, and he starts reading off the scroll, and the staff begins to glow, and it glows brighter and brighter and brighter, and finally the scroll. He gets to the end of the scroll, and the scroll disintegrates into dust, and he sort of seems like he catches the dust. And he exhales in like a draconic blast from his mouth and points his staff at the portal and says, "Signari ostum in fetter draconium!" And like the portal like basically back blows out. And I use 19 charges for my staff.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh shit.
My staff doesn't even go that high.
And the portal goes, and there's like these crystals that kind of outline it, and one of them goes, and they all kind of like each one at a time can shatter and fall to the ground. And as each one of them shatters, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until, and it's gone.
And I'm gonna look at my mother and very proudly, with a little bit of teenage sass, be like, I have very powerful friends.
I know. Come on, let's go.
You can tell her you know. And I follow.
I know.
Kismet shares a look with Orlax. Even though she's still kind of fucking pissed at him because he's a jack.
Yeah, I think the look on Orlac, I mean, he looks tired, like after casting that spell, but he's like, we kind of raises a draconic eyebrow, like eye ridge, and like a very like, oh, that's not good.
But whatever, we'll deal with it later. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's go.
Blood and tears.
Run across this giant room, past all of the
bodies.
The bodies, the slain suits of armor, the giant pillars with huge chunks taken out of it by the sword that this jailer used to wield. And to the far end of the room where you open the door and go up the spiral staircase for what seems like 100, 200, 300,000 feet. It seems like it's just taking forever, and you finally, a little ways past the point where you think it's a trap, we've been trapped in here. You see light at the top, and you kind of double your efforts and get to the top and open the door into the regular palace.
That was worse than musketeer training.
Agreed.
I hate stairs.
And
Orlac is like holding his crook, and he dismisses it. All right, sleep. Sends that away.
Should we just go back to that side chamber we slept in before?
I do believe that we were gifted and behold.
Oh, that's right. He said we could have the Lich Palace.
Perhaps we should talk to the Chancellor now that we're back.
Perhaps we should get some food.
Perhaps this is the time that we split the party. Those who need rest and go. Perhaps myself and Willow can have an audience with the Chancellor. Kismet as well.
We just slept. I mean,
I don't need rest.
Well, I thought people said they were tired. Like they were, or they wanted like.
No, well, I wanted to get food, but that's it.
Or like just looked a little drained from casting the powerful spell.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I misread that as well.
I don't know if the palace is secure yet. We should find the Chancellor and figure out what's happened since we've been gone.
I was still there.
Are you okay with us meeting with the Chancellor?
And at this point, she is kind of leaning on you.
Mm-hmm. We may need to get her some food. She's trying to keep
it together, and she says, of course, darling. Yes, whatever you need to do. I just ask, it's somewhere that has a chair.
I walk up to Adira.
We changed our minds.
Oh my god. I walk up to Adira and I put my hand on her. And as I'm doing this, I'm casting Cure Wounds. We'll see. I'll cast it at a bit of a higher level. Because she hurting.
Well, we may still have battles ahead of us. Be careful.
I know. I have a few spells.
So you know by looking at her and through all of what you've been through before that Cure Wounds is mainly for wounds. Battle stuff. And she looks like exhaustion.
Got it.
Which would be much more of a
restoration deal.
Yeah.
I've got healing spirit, but I think that would do.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. The same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's Chancellor's floating disc when you need it?
Really? I'm gonna.
Okay, she can keep moving. She's just. You can see that she's pooped.
Yeah.
And she hasn't actually pooped.
I'm sure he's got plenty of chairs.
Is there anybody walking around that we can see?
Make a perception roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on her then.
Okay.
27.
27. First off, Lesser Restoration. You put your hand on her and do Lesser Restoration, and she kind of looks at you, and as she does, you can see that there are these like bags under her eyes, and they just get a little bit less. And she's like, oh.
It's really good to finally meet you, Adira.
Good to meet you in person.
You keep saying stuff like that, like you've been watching us.
Yeah.
Care to elaborate? It just
somewhere to sit down, please. I'll tell you everything.
Is there a chair?
You're in a hallway in like a you came out of the stairwell and you're standing just outside the stairwell and having this chat. Mm-hmm. There's not really a chair here. You'll have to go somewhere where there is a chair. Orlac, when you left this place, it sounded and felt like it was bereft of people, and you're kind of hearing sounds
like cleanup,
smelling fires are built again. Not like cleanup. There are people here.
Well, no, I mean, like people are cleaning.
No.
So, was there battle damage in this hallway when we left?
No, not in this hallway, but like upstairs. You can hear. You're in a palace, so you can just you stuff going on up there. Yeah.
Let's find a space.
So I want to walk toward, like, down the hall from like the way we came this way. But I remember that there was like a bit of battle damage from one of the battles somewhere. I want to see if that's still there.
Okay. Yeah. You you basically like go this way, and you walk down the hallway because there were some fights that happened here before you were there, and you just happened to notice. And yes, there's basically like an axe chunk taken out of the wall, and that axe chunk is still.
And like the blood was still there. Like that's why I want to see, make sure the time we haven't. If the time we spent in the prison was the same amount of time that was out here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does that look like it's still current, or can I get a sense of that? Keeping in mind I am a time wizard.
It's true.
Windows.
Arcana or nature or survival, depending on you.
Orcanate survival.
Ooh, 30.
30.
I rolled an 18 on the die.
If time has passed differently here, it's not significant.
Okay.
You think?
I think there was a sitting room over here. Or something.
There was a chamber where we like barricaded ourselves in before.
Well, we'd have to go back to where the throne room was, because that was where the throne room was. I don't know how far we went from the throne room. But.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that the chancellor's probably back in the throne room, or chambers nearby.
I guess if we see somebody, John, we're gonna flag them down. You there, servant person.
We are the heroes of the city.
What can I do for you, master?
Oh dear God.
And the Kenku just pops its head out and just goes, "Don't become a murderer."
Well, but
we're friends.
Where is the chancellor?
Yes. The chancellor's upstairs. He's having a war council. Can I tell him who is inquiring?
People that saved his skin from utter death, and
considering that we're the ones that, got rid of everything that was waging war on this city, I think he'll want to speak with us.
Them. Now, Orlac doesn't mean them. He just says them as in, those people, but he does because he doesn't get it.
He never did.
He always thought it was a weird joke. He didn't really think that was the name.
He asks who's here. You say them. Just announce us, would you?
Wait, I'm sorry. Announce who?
Them.
Ask the Chancellor if he remembers the adventuring party with the 2 Draken that just saved his life like an hour ago. I'm sure he'll remember.
Yes, please. Follow me.
And summon a litter for this woman. She's weak.
And food. We need food.
Very good. Roger. Go make sure that we have plenty of food. I'm taking them to the Chancellor right now. And he's like, yes, Mom. And takes off.
Make sure there's bacon.
Make sure there's bacon. Make sure there's bacon, says the Kanku.
Kanku with a Scottish accent.
Score.
And,
or Willow and be like, she got an echo of herself.
I'm sure she won't let this get to her head.
Not even a little.
Slowly climb up the stairs back to where you came. At this point, you can see that Adira is like huffing and puffing, and she's just like, "Oh, thank you. What was your name?" To the druid.
Willow.
Oh, I don't think I would have made it this far without you. Thank you so much.
Ergun, perhaps you could carry her.
I am happy to.
I prefer to walk, thank you.
Understood.
And then you're at the double doors, and you're all kind of looking at them thinking, last time we went through these double doors, we almost all got killed.
Yeah. It's not great.
Open up.
I was fine.
Chances are lightning doesn't strike
in your ball pit.
Same place twice.
The only thing to truly terrify Orlok is the McDonald's ball pit in 1989 Miami, Florida.
So much urine. So much urine.
And humidity.
And the doors open. She walks in and she says, I present them.
Yes.
And just kind of motions back, and you all kind of walk in, and there's now like just fucking guards everywhere, and they're all kind of looking at you. And you see a couple of them go like, you see a couple of them look at you like really sternly and give you salutes.
I'm sure they love to see a bunch of Tutraken walking in. I'm sure that goes over well.
I mean, it's the Midlands.
You're
they love
Draken
everybody.
that just freed the city, so...
Actually, no, it's the Midlands. They hate everybody. No,
how did
they see you as you're walking by and go,
Kismet? How did they gather so quickly?
Time might have passed a little quicker than we experienced where we were, but no more than maybe an hour or two.
Okay.
I imagine they still have some
5 at the outside.
magical means of communication.
it's one of the things about the other dimension. This time does pass more slowly there than it does here.
What's the ratio?
From what I can gather, you all appear to be 1.5 to 2 times faster than me.
How long were you in there?
Very long time, darling.
Well, you said you haven't seen her in 15 years?
Right.
So 7.5 years.
Right.
At a 1.5 to 2 ratio.
Other way around.
Or like says if it's not important. You know, like just math.
Other way around.
Other way around. She would have been in there for 30 years.
Oh, I thought you said that it's passed more slowly in there.
It does.
Right, so it would be...
So if it was 7 years here, it's 15 years here. 14
7 years in the prison, 15 years in regular life.
Other way around.
Opposite.
So time passes faster in the prison.
Yeah.
No, time passes slower. 7 years here is 15 years here.
That would be faster.
That would be time passing slower. Well,
in the prison.
I think we're getting caught up.
Saying the same thing.
You are both saying the
Just
same
looking
thing.
at it from different directions.
Yes. Yeah. We have different definitions of slower.
So
my
7 years in real world
is your 7 years.
It takes longer.
Yeah.
Time takes longer in
15
years.
15 years.
Faster, it takes longer.
15 years in the prison, 7 years, or 15 years in real life.
30 years in the prison.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Is Eliza's mother human?
Yes.
Does she look the right age?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
So she's like 50, 60.
She's around 60.
All right. So Chancellor then.
Mm-hmm.
Time to Chancellor.
You're announced and you kind of come inside and there's just all of these soldiers and everyone, and they look at you and there is a look of recognition in their eyes. Some of them salute you. You hear some people whispering, "Oh, it's them." Like them who? Oh, them. Oh, like them? Yeah.
They picked a very confusing name. Honestly.
Right.
They could have gone with anything else.
It's so great.
There's an entire folder about the name in the files that they have in Imperia, but we can talk about that another time.
It's them. Come in.
Jasper, your grace.
Says, "Oh, no. You don't do that here. Like, come in, sit down, food."
Yes.
And you can see the person from before who she called to is like coming out, and there's like this tray of bacon that kind of comes out.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, you guys, I haven't had bacon in so long. It's so expensive right now.
He says, "These are the heroes that have saved our town, saved our city."
Correct.
And there's like a bunch of other Eliza. You're very well skilled with knowing wealth and nobility and things like that, and you are looking at the dregs. These are the people that are left over who may have been in the line for something at some point.
You see Eliza straighten up a bit, and she goes, my lord, sir, my lord. It is an honor to be here with all of you.
It is.
We are going to sit and eat. Please proceed with your war.
Council.
Council.
Whatever. I look at the Chancellor and go, yeah, we closed the portal, so you might want to station a guard just to make sure there's not any residual magical after effects, but it's sealed and gone now.
Thank you. Eliza, as you do this, you can see some of them are like 13. But like you can tell in nobility clothes.
They're who's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to put together who still belongs,
Where?
and like, yeah, they're trying to rebuild the city essentially. And
if anyone would like some advice on war or nobility, I have had extensive training, and
you feel a hand on your sleeve. Do we have to talk in front of everyone?
Unfortunately, yes. And they listen to what you say.
What about these side rooms? Can we have some time?
After we have had a moment to rest and recover and satiate our monstrous appetite that we worked up slaying many monsters. Because Kismet actually has elegant courtier, and I'm not mad at this shit either.
Nice. I didn't realize that.
We'll take a moment as your heroes to repose and recover our strength before we see if there are possible ways in which we could aid this fine city further.
Yes, as my noble and elegant colleague has so gracefully stated. And Eliza grabs bacon and grabs some muffins.
And Kismet instead just motions for the servants or
right.
Who are carrying food.
One of them in like
to bring it to a side carriage.
a wig and a jacket that looks like it wasn't his jacket, but it was the best he could do. And then some trews and some very nice shoes and hose. Kind of grabs. Oh yes, my our guests, and wheels the this cart. It's almost like a dim sum cart, but it's just chock-a-block full of meat pies and there's a lot of people who haven't eaten for a while around here, and this is all of the basics and whatever they could put together real fast. But
it doesn't need to be extensive. It's just enough food to feed us. Leave some for them.
Wait, them?
Some for them.
And as we leave the room, I'm going to turn around and say, Jasper.
Yes.
Kill the demons.
Okay.
And then walk out.
Buddy.
You hear this voice go, "We will." And you kind of look over and you see this big fucking orc.
Eliza is strangely turned on and did not expect it.
And you can see from the tattoos on his neck going down like he's a general.
Damn. Deep down, Willow knows that Hallie would be so pissed right now.
Yep, we all thought of Hallie for a second.
Just everything clenched.
The orc looks at you, Willow, and walks over and you'll be giving us your advice, my lady.
I will?
That was a question. I apologize.
Oh. That's okay.
A request.
Sure. Get a full night of rest. And
I have rested enough.
Okay.
I will guard you as you rest and make sure that none come upon you in the night.
Willow.
But we will need to combine the forces of the orcs and the witches to make sure that these devils never return to the Midlands.
Right. Willow, you are the leader.
That moment of rest and relaxation we were just promised.
Would you be able to stand guard for that while we rest for a minute?
I will take your guidance when it is offered and not before. I just wanted to let you know that I am here and receptive to it.
Thank you, General. Oh God.
It's my lady. He reaches out and he kind of grabs your hand.
It's just like swallowed.
Yeah.
And Kismet just curtsies a little bit to Willow and just goes, "My lady," and so does the Kenku.
I do one of these things.
My lady.
My lady.
Yeah, he doesn't even kiss it. He does this thing where he puts your hand up to his forehead, holds it for a second.
Yeah.
I will be ever vigilant in making sure the witches are not harmed.
Thank you. May I get your name before we head to the room?
And a series of grunts and squeals emanate.
How do you spell that?
Random name generator.
You don't.
You have to feel it from the inside.
Oh God.
He says, You may call me Obadiah.
Obadiah, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Willow Hickling of the Hicklings.
I wish not to be rude, but I know who you are. And I am grateful to be in your presence.
Thanks. Thank you, General Obadiah. We will discuss strategies and advice in a little while.
Due course.
In due course.
I will make sure there are none that disturbs your rest.
Thank you.
So Orlak has stepped off to the side, and anyone who looked over, he casts a spell, does something, and then it ends very quickly. But
Ergun says to Orlak, "You just missed my sister, don't you?"
Of course, always. Oh, did I message her? You mean?
No, to your previous message.
Oh,
that's
not who I sent it to, though.
Oh. I know. That's fine. Sorry, Orlak just sends Ergun's telepathic messages, and so I feel like I should start responding to them. So you guys know something happened, but not what. Actually.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, I assumed that we could respond telepathically to the message.
No, you can't. Tell me out loud.
Oh. Then there's some things that I should have changed, but oh well. I'll just adopt that from now on.
Before, as Obadiah over there, it's Ergun back. You can be rest assured that she will be safe.
We've killed everything else.
Yeah. Sure, Willow's safety.
He looks. You say this to Obadiah?
Yeah, dude's stepping up on she's unsafe. What?
Ergun, he looks at you and he says, "With your help, it is undoubtedly the case. I just wish to offer my services as backup."
This guy.
It's just everything.
Oh no!
Everything is a threat out of his mouth, but he's got the kindest words.
Everything's coming up Willow.
A little.
I'm
just imagining that. I mean, there's Ergun, who is very tall, and then there's Obadiah, who's also very tall, and I'm just in the middle, being very small. Am I
Obadiah? Oh me, oh my.
So Orlak's off to one side, watching all this happening, and he has this giant grin on his face.
And then you see one of you actually kind of see the Chancellor.
Jasper.
Look over and see what's happening, and kind of whisper to one of the people there, and one of the servants comes up and he's like, "Oh, General Obadiah, Jasper would like to talk to you." He's like, "Sleep well."
He's like Batman.
I will be watching. He turns around and goes back.
Obadiah the Batman.
Yeah, Orlak is laughing his ass off, and it's so creepy and weird.
Oh God!
Is there more bacon?
Kismet literally has a platter full of bacon. Exactly. The whole thing. And you go into there's a servant who actually there's a half a dozen servants who open the door, come inside, windows open or closed.
Let the light in.
Yeah.
All right. So they open it up, and blankets, pillows, and you can see them. They're pulling things out and making sure that you have everything you need. There's pitchers of water just come, and then pitchers of beer.
Can we get
casks things of wine, and a couple of bottles of whiskey, and
Can we get a hairbrush and a clean change of clothing for a woman?
You see like a rack of dresses comes wheeling in the room. They're like, of course, madam.
Just something simple, thank you. Perfect, yes.
And a couple of
Meet Carrie. They started Off-Road Vixens, an apparel company for women who ride.
What?
What's up, Willow?
Half of mine just started playing something. I closed it.
I cast Dispel Magic on Willow. She's clearly speaking in tongue.
There are a couple of young ladies in waiting who come in, and they just kind of say, we're at your service whenever you would like us. And they have imagining wheelie carts full of makeup for those of you in the industry. Hair and makeup has arrived.
Yes.
Let's move you through. Come on.
And they kind of set up camp near this armoire, and it is very comfortable. There is plenty of food, plenty of drink, all different kinds that you even might want.
After the servants sort of do their thing, I think Orlak's going to look at them and be like, we need a moment.
Alone.
Of course. And they all whoosh out of the room.
So imagine as they're doing all of that, we got the basics done. Mother is eating. She's got, maybe I've started brushing and braiding her hair, but I'm going to sit down next to her and I'm going to say,
I walk the perimeter and check for places people could be listening. Sorry. Wow.
Make a perception roll.
I don't trust these fucking people at all. They were shady as shit before. They're shady as shit now.
Bunch of little gossips.
Perception. It's 17.
Yeah, you're looking around. You do not see anything. Nobody hiding. Eliza.
Goals. Okay.
We're going to need a little bit of backstory. Let's start with, you've been watching us.
It was part of my punishment.
They made you watch me?
I could see you for every moment, but I could never reach out and touch you. I could never say hello.
What were you being
I had
punished?
to watch you grow up. I was there as you assaulted enemy forces. So I thought at any moment a musket shot could rip through you and end you. I watched as I saw you fall in love with Mina.
Oh no.
But where I didn't watch anything.
Creepy.
Now I watched as you and Allard split. I watched as you and Allard became friends. I sometimes forget I've never met him. He was very kind to you. It's unfortunate what happened because of your elf friend. But if we find him, we can get all the time back.
How did you end up in the prison?
It was your father. Do you remember the deal?
That he would leave you alone.
Swear to.
He would leave you alone if I went quietly with him.
The next day, his men returned killed more of our family. And then they took me. And they brought me here.
And they left you alone.
And they made a deal with, well, not this chancellor, but I think the previous ones. Not sure how many chancellors have been between there and here. I'm not sure who all he made deals with, but they had the mirror put in my room. They traced it to you, my little girl.
Does the king know?
No. I mean, I assume not.
So he raised me, lying to me, and imprisoning you in hell. And I'm going to look at Kismet and I'm going to say, I might start another war.
Eliza, she takes your hand, and you feel this warmth, and like there's a moisture to her hands that reminds you of early morning dew for some reason. She says, "Revenge leaves you hollow."
I don't think you've ever gotten revenge before.
My revenge will be to live a good life, and to live all of the things that we were never able to live together. To grow up with me instead of with him. For our village to have never been disturbed.
It's not that simple.
All we need is the skull, Eliza. I've done the research.
Eliza.
To find it, I spent time with the dwarves.
Eliza, would you say in the time you've spent with these people that you've saved each of their lives more than once?
Yes.
Then if you live the nice life that your mother suggests, they'll die. Because you won't be here. You would never have joined the Musketeers and joined them. You'll have lived a good life.
But you don't know that. Someone else could have saved their life in your place.
But it's not so easy to find the skull. Hallie has it. And before, the option was let Hallie continue to hide it from Allard and the king, or help Allard and the king get the skull, and both of those situations seemed wrong. How does this, what kind of reset does the skull do?
There is a being inside the skull who was tricked by the Fae and trapped there thousands and thousands of years ago. And if we let Zengris out, he will grant anyone a true wish. Anything you wish for, my wish will to be if never lost you that day. Your father could never take you from me.
That is indeed power.
It's not as simple as you say. Nothing is that simple.
That is too much.
Just let a being like that out into the world and not think about what it's gonna do after it grants you that one.
I'm not saying we do that.
I'm not talking to you.
I'm trying to understand.
If I may.
This creature, Zangris.
I've talked to that
plane.
creature. There is no safety there. There is no happy ending there. That is not a creature with which you bargain. Not for your life, not for your daughters, not for anyone's. You are dealing with forces of which you know not the magnitude. And you may think whatever you wish of the Fae, but if they lock something away for 1,000 years...
Kismet.
My every fiber of being fills with fear.
Kismet.
The idea of that being loosed.
Kismet. We can't let the king get the skull.
Adira, and looks at Eliza finally, because I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to her.
I know. We can't let the king get the skull. We can't let anyone powerful get the skull if that's what the skull can do. They could... Mother, I don't know if I can rewrite time, but I can make use of the time that we have left. But I can
so much research on, and she like reaches into her robes and pulls out like these pieces of like maybe old robes, maybe leather that have things scrawled on them. And she's like, no, there's these other things too. So if we can't get the skull of Zangris, there's a deck of cards that I've heard of.
Oh.
Give great boons to anyone who draws from it.
You watched her grow. Are you not in
She was without me the entire time. Without her mother. Me without her.
How she's grown.
Look at me.
You
what about me?
Better? Make her better than what she is before you right now? She's exquisite. She's perfect. You wouldn't change her.
You don't understand. You don't have children. I missed her life.
And I'm sorry for that.
Mother, you didn't miss it. You did, but you were in every thought. You were in every decision, every hope, every night when I dreamed, every prayer that I prayed, every wish, everything. You may not have been there to protect me or to brush my hair or teach me about dating or whatever things, but you were there.
Oh, your dating life has been terrible.
Oh, it's been terrible. I think I still have a stalker on an island somewhere.
Oh, that poor boy.
I honestly forgot about the stalker.
I didn't.
But,
lady,
I want my time with you, like every mother has.
So Orlac kind of steps forward and says, lady, or he means lady like nobility lady, not like
my lady.
Yeah,
lady,
my lady.
My lady.
I understand. I have children. And the thought of missing their lives would fill me with great sadness, but I would not risk changing the joy that they are to me, the joy that they are in and of themselves. I would not risk that on some magic that could be twisted. Or how would you feel if you accomplished this madness only to find that she was changed, not the girl that you knew? The guilt alone rend your soul.
I was looking forward to the people that she and I both would become had we stayed together.
You can find out who you'll become now that you've found one another.
And she pulls up these scrawled pieces of paper. She's like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. I
may not have.
I have a plan. I have many plans. There's so many different things we can do. We need to go spend time with the dwarves. They'll know that.
Friends. We will take you to the dwarves if that's what you want. We can't make these decisions tonight. We cannot make these decisions now. I know you have waited 30 years. But I see you. You're here in front of me. I can't make a decision that quickly after what we've just been through. So can we please, you can keep your scrolls and your knowledge. We need time. And if we're going to talk through things, everyone, I need us to talk calmly. I can't handle shouting.
Hand on your cheek. The strongest woman I've ever known. And she just leans in and kisses you on the forehead.
I lean my forehead against her and I say, I learned it from you.
I suggest cuddling. Cuddling. That was good.
Ergun learned about cuddling yesterday.
I did.
This is well and willing to try with the dragon, sis.
She
just holds you.
She needs something too. And I grab some food and bring it closer.
And she just sits there and she rubs your head. I love you, baby. I love you, darling.
I love you, Mama. Oh, it has been too long.
It comes slowly.
I think over their heads, like, or from wherever we are, like, Orlac is just looking at them and kind of glances over at Kismet, and he looks really concerned. Just.
And the night comes slowly in the summer.
Is the sword between the two of them?
Oh, baby!
What the hell?
Apparently, the sword is there.
The sword is really loud.
Hello! Tony gets to play the sword.
Tony made me food.
Greetings, I make fish.
Y'all
make fish on stove. What?
Are you okay?
That was the worst and the best timing ever.
It was literally both.
Okay, I'm gonna leave now.
Proceed,
Tony.
Bye, Tony. Ergun, during the
most perfect timing.
Oh yeah, it was fucking.
Oh my god! What is that?
It was like Robert Williams just like popping in, like while Adira and is singing her like little lullaby to Eliza. Ergun will go over to Orlac, seeing the concern on his face, and we'll put a hand on his shoulder. Why don't you give my nieces and nephews a call?
Nieces. It's 3 girls.
Oh, yeah, it's just nieces.
Don't judge them. They're like,
I forgot.
They don't know how.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I couldn't remember. I'm not that good of an uncle.
His nieblings.
The mirror won't work until this evening, but We should give them some space, perhaps.
Mm.
Or like we'll go kind of step over the window and just sort of keeping an eye on them because this is very concerning.
I will.
Yeah, this certainly complicates things.
I will go to the roof. I wish to see the sun.
The sun's coming in through the window.
Like I think like are you teleporting away?
Yeah, I just cast Etherealness and go onto the roof.
Like, as you do it, or like there's a window, right? Fine.
Yeah, I want the roof, man.
Mm-hmm. And you all kind of lay there. Eliza and her mother embracing each other. And the rest of you a bit concerned. But looking out the window, you can see the last rays of sun for the day, chasing off the gloomstalkers who once ruled over the top of this city. As they kind of these rays as the sun is almost directly down. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Sometimes Aragoon just wants solitude.
Sometimes
Contemplate his ladies.
Aragoon's gotta get, a little break from all his side pieces. He's
Right. First time he cuddled. How many times did he use that line? He'd be like, I don't know what this cuddling is. Perhaps you can show me. It's like one of his best lines.
100% would cuddle Aragoon.
I have definitely used worse lines that have worked.
Last little teeny baby thing is just like sit on the couch next to Willow. And Kismet just is sort of like hugging her, I don't know, her pack or whatever. Just sitting uncomfortably next to Willow and just this. I'm worried.
I am too. You see Willow is also like uncharacteristically uncomfortable and kind of solemn.
And Kismet just kind of like leans head against head.
And the camera pulls back. Looks out the window. Ending credits.
Fuck! Adira's a like trumper.
What the?
No, John, it pulls back and then it goes to my note that I sent.
Oh no. Yeah, sometimes, Brian, I think that the notes that you send me have been sent to everybody. So then I'm like, yeah, everybody read that.
I try to be very careful when I'm sending notes to.
It's fair. Because I got that note about Eliza and that female mage.
Yeah, I was saying that when she was like, I watched your whole life. I'm like, she probably got an eyeful, but Eliza and that female mage. And then John went to it and I went, and here we go.
Hey, so what was it with the door? I didn't catch that. Was the door like closing or something?
Which, the portal?
Yeah.
No,
it was centering on Eliza.
Yeah, the passwall spell just makes a tunnel, but it went straight, and Adira was over there, so it turned so that Eliza was.
No. So the door went away inside the room, right? So here's the room. Where my thumbs are is the door you went through. Where my other fingers are where the thing was that she was watching.
Mm-hmm. The mirror.
It was
of me.
Oh. I thought you meant it was my spell that was changing, and I'm like, that's very concerning.
That's
No,
why I was like, we have to get the fuck out of here.
Right, that's me too.
Yeah.
As Eliza moved around the cell, that
The thing that was tracking her.
Centered on her, kept moving with her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my mistake then. I thought it was my spell. And I'm going, oh my God, the pass wall's moving?
Sometimes I'm not great at describing things, and it takes me a couple of
we thought
revisions.
that something weird and dimensional was happening with the
That's why we were panicking.
Spell and like Eliza and the demon sword.
I mean,
so we were freaked out. We were like, shit, we need to get her out of this dimension immediately.
Let's keep going. That played out real well, though.
Yeah, there was what we thought.
Okay, imagine, take that away. How settled would you feel in that situation anyway?
Well, yeah.
You probably would have had the same reaction no matter what.
He might not have fled quite so fast, but might have been a little bit more careful about it. But I like the way we handled it, so that was great.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
it's like, no, fuck this place. We got to get out of here.
We are out.
And you have a plucked Kenku.
I know. I have to name them. I have to
because we just missed Miles.
An array of names that I say.
Ask them their name.
Well, I will, but I assume that when I ask them what their name is, they're just gonna repeat, "What is your name?"
Well, he did talk to us before we said anything. I mean, before he started mimicking, he said he had
a couple of phrases, but you're not sure where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it has a name, it would be a name that someone else gave it because they're only able to mimic. They're not actually able to come up with their own.
I think they can speak their language.
They don't have a language.
They don't have a language.
I thought they were cursed to never be able to create anything original, so they can only mimic what others say.
Yeah.
Most annoying player character ever.
Yeah, I don't imagine why anybody would ever want to do that as a player character, but it certainly is fun as your friend.
Oh my God, but John, it's so hard to go jester now that I have a fucking Kiri.
Yeah, except that this Kiri is 6 feet tall.
I know, it's a big Kiri. It's a big Kiri that I can snuggle his little skin-covered body.
Go fuck yourself.
This is definitely like so I like this version of the Kenku. I mean, technically speaking, they can speak, but I like this version better.
I am going to teach him all the swear words, or her, or them, or whatever. We'll find out.
It'd be a real shame when the demon pops out of its chest and we have to kill the whole thing, but it's fine.
But also, I'm probably, let's be real, I'm probably going to, find somebody to, leave it with who's going to take care of it really well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't be carrying around a 6.
So, John, way to complicate things.
Yeah. It wasn't me. It was your mom.
You are my mom.
Oh, John, did you get my note about the spell that I sent?
Which one? It's weird. I haven't been getting.
Yeah, I'll send it to you again.
Usually it gives you a little hey, somebody just messaged you thing, and mine is not doing that.
Shall I send it again? Pink.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
She's been watching the whole time, guys.
The whole time.
She's seen each and every bad thing you've ever done in your life.
I'm sorry. Kismet's still hung up on the fact that she wants to erase my friendship with Eliza.
Mm-hmm. Hey, mine too.
I think she could argue that our friendship could be rebuilt.
Could be, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Would you have even gone into the Musketeers had your mother raised you?
I don't know. I don't know if I would have done or had anything.
You lived in the woods.
No.
You would never have met a Lard, probably.
Yeah.
Any of us.
She definitely wants that more than I do. I want to bring her back to the dwarves and make sure she's safe. But I don't
have a relationship with her now.
Yeah. But I'm still a little caught up on the reason my father got compliance out of me at all was because my mother was supposed to be unharmed by him.
You said that he should leave her alone. Technically, he did leave her alone.
John, I tried to send you a message that I rolled an insight check when that all went down because I wanted to see if she was telling the truth. Since no one else seemed to be doing it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I rolled a dirty 20, but then I messaged it to you, but I guess it didn't get through.
Yeah.
I mean, she might believe it because she might be that crazy at this point. Yeah, honestly, Orlac doesn't even know who the heck Eliza's father is, so he wouldn't care. But
the thing is, Eliza hated him already, but like harming him would be starting a war if done incorrectly. He's a very powerful man, but nobody likes him.
It wouldn't start a war. You'd just be guilty of murder.
We can just find proof of his treachery and prove it to the king, and then he can be divested of his...
Or we can break into his house, kidnap him, make it look like someone else, and leave him in the interdimensional prison for the next 30 years.
We're not opening another portal.
What?
Orlac's like, we're not opening another portal.
We can find one of the other portal openings, and then you can close that one too, special boy.
Only thing keeping the demons from over in the whole world. Let's just poke a bunch of holes in it.
There's already holes. You're closing them.
You do have a willow.
To do what? Besides canoodling with Ergun?
Plane shift.
I just started doing that like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, and also...
Canoodling or plane shifting? Both. Canoodle, plane shift.
I do kind of regret having Ergun be solitude. Googling.
Or googling.
I don't have plane shift.
I kind of regret making Ergun go have solitude. The ending moment was nice.
He doesn't have to go. He could be still there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll still be there.
Willow just wanted some distance from the mother-daughter situation.
Dude, I tried to like get people to chill the fuck out a couple of times.
You did.
Like up.
But it wasn't going to happen.
No, it wasn't going to. Ergun doesn't know how to handle these things.
Who wants chilling the fuck out?
Party splitter. Ah!
Who wants chilling the fuck out when you can have drama?
All right, I love you guys. I have to go. I have to get up.
Good night.
You too. I know. I was like, we're like just hitting all of the drama, and I was like, oh shit, it's like 9:05.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but I think we actually hit a really nice spot.
I agree.
Yeah.
We can decide whether or not to kill Eliza's mum next. What?
What?
Sorry, what?